Hello, and happy Friday to all of our friends, past, present, and future. Welcome to Legends Die Live, a D&D stream brought to you by a group of nerdy, overworked, underslept friends. I'm Mike D, and I'm the Dungeon Master. This week I don't have a joke, but these are my players. The Jokers.
Oh, that's good.
This is supposed to be mean.
Yeah, you guys are my joke.
We're the jokes.
You guys are the...
This week he doesn't have a joke, but we're the jokes. Yes.
That's not that mean.
I like it.
We play...
I want to be burned harder.
Just you wait. Just you wait. We play every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't check us out live, you can check us out over on YouTube, where our videos are posted a couple days thereafter, and our YouTube channel also has highlights that you can check out. Mechanically speaking, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Stylistically, we do stay pretty close to the rules, but we do bend, break, and homebrew them as well. And if that type of miming is your thing, I encourage you to check out the homebrew document in the doobly-doo down below, where my players with their T-Rex arms are pointing. Big thank you to Sirenscape for providing us with the music. I got a couple of things lined up for tonight that I'm looking forward to. And thank you to our artists for providing us with our logo as well as the headshots. Check them out on Twitter if you're looking to get some artwork done. I think that's all I need to say.
I'm afraid of that.
And with that, let's get into tonight's episode of Legends Die Live.
Yeah.
Okay. So, previously, our 5 characters have been in the city of Vintar for a number of weeks, adapting to the local culture, gaining some notoriety, and integrating themselves into the local lifestyle and fabric of the elves. However, almost all of that came unraveling when Felix busted a companion of his, Melzana, out of prison. As they were deciding what to do with her, she escaped and made a dash for freedom. You all responded, slowly but eventually knocking her unconscious. And then pushing it a step farther and killing Melzana.
Plus mutilation.
During this time, a brigade of guards, scouts, clerics, and wizards came down from the Tree of Vintar, moving in your direction with purpose and confidence. You all surrendered, and then spent days locked away inside a dark, empty, silent jail cell. Some of you, Felix, spent more time in there than the others. Eventually, you were begrudgingly granted your freedom from the jail cells and allowed to roam free among the locals. All of you except for Felix. Felix, you stayed in there for what felt like an eternity, almost driven to madness and despair by the sound of silence. One of the leaders of Vintar, Elmeric, offered you all a deal. Reclaim your integrity and standing with the city of Vintar by following a drow into the Underdark. A drow who claimed to have knowledge of how the tree that they lived in was currently being poisoned. Felix, your allies pleaded on your behalf, entreating Elmeric to let you join the expedition. Felix, you were allowed to join them, but not before being scolded, admonished, perhaps even threatened by Oni not to fuck it up for him. You all were unceremoniously sent off from the Shady Vale of Vintar, traveling eastward towards the Pierced Ridge Mountains. After about 2 hours of travel across empty prairie, you stopped for camp. So, we pick up with you all settled around a campfire. There's a cool breeze in the air. Night has fallen completely. There's a soft, glowing fire in front of you. And you all are currently eating some of the fresh meat that Agar had hunted down a little time beforehand. So, as we're all sitting around this fire, I'd like to know what each of you is doing. And we'll start with Oni. Just go right down the line.
I am struggling deeply with teaching Arquillo how to write and read in Draconic.
Okay, so you're pulling out the book, and how are you going about this?
I tried writing out his name, and then he had trouble with that. And then I believe Riley suggested doing letters first. So I'm doing that. I'm writing out the, I guess, Draconic alphabet and going, this is this. This is that.
Okay. So you're working through the alphabet. I'm going to give Arquillo an intelligence roll.
Okay, I've
And
got his stats here.
You just add his modifier to that. That's a 12 plus.
Oh, -1.
So Arquillo looks up at you as you're going through the alphabet. His red-orange scales reflecting the glowing campfire in the night. You can hear some owls off in the distance. The constant thrum of insects off in the background. Campfire crackling as well. Now Quillo looks up at you. His about 2.5 foot tall frame looking up at your 7 foot tall frame. Oni,
Yes.
how many of these ladders are there?
27.
27 ladders?
Yes.
How many have we covered?
2.
Oh man. Can we go slower?
Would you prefer we teach combat first?
I'm already pretty good at that.
Could be better.
You think?
If I can teach you.
Okay. Alright, let's do that.
Okay. We'll start there. And
Okay.
then we move on to letters.
Alright, ladders later.
Letters. Yes, later. Okay. So I'll get up with him and start teaching him the basics of swords.
Why would I use a stick when I can throw things?
Riley, do you still have your crossbow?
Yeah.
May I borrow it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Grab this. It is fine.
It's
You'll
a
be
hand
very good at it.
crossbow. It's not that big.
But he's holding it by like the...
Okay.
Okay, like, grab it differently, like over here with your hand here, and okay, let go
Do
of
I-
this part.
like this, sideways?
No, not sideways. Sideways is always bad.
No.
There you go. That's
Okay,
better.
this way?
Yes, because you need to be able to aim
Okay.
from. Okay,
But it looks cooler this way.
but then the bolt will fall out, and you won't be able to shoot it.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh, that's why you're so smart.
that's one of the reasons, I suppose. And we'll get into that.
Okay. You go through it. It's at every like point of instruction, there's like a question of like, I don't get it. Why is it this way? Can we do it this other way? It's slow moving
Yep.
and yet
I love an inquisitive pupil.
endearing.
Yeah.
Riley, what are you doing during this time?
You know, I want to be making origami dragons out of not the paper that Felix gave me. And then, like, at some point, I just want to make a paper airplane out of the paper Felix did give me, and then cut off my nose to spite my face and throw it into the fire.
What?
Okay.
All right.
What? Did you
Riley,
say cut off your nose?
Yeah, I heard cut off your nose.
That's what she said.
Cut off your nose to spite your face. You never heard that saying?
No.
Oh, it's a saying. Okay, no.
It's a saying, like,
Yeah.
you do something spitefully that
Ah.
doesn't help you, it hurts you. Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
Yeah.
We're foreignese. It's not our fault.
Yeah, we are foreignese.
Okay. Anything else?
That's
As you're spiting your nose? Sebastian?
I'd like to speak with Azrael.
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 You.
I guess about her name.
Shadowblade. It is much easier to say.
About basically just ask her about drow culture and what they want and why do they live underground and stuff like that. Because I clearly don't know much about them.
So you look over to Azrael, and right now she's currently rewrapping some of the bands around her form. So she had taken them off, and she's like kind of retightening them and getting them all nice and lined up. She has pale, almost purple skin, with dark, almost bruise-like circles under her eyes. She's wearing a black bandana. She's got long black hair that mostly falls off in waves. A couple of loose strands come across the front. Black lipstick. She's wearing lots of layers of clothing. It's layers upon layers of sort of crisscrossing. Some of it's leather, but some of it is velvet as well. She's wearing a tattered cloak, and she's got long black fingerless gloves. Everything she's wearing is one shade or another of black, and she's perhaps wearing 50 different shades of black, but black no less. And as she's wrapping her forearms right now, there's this perpetual smirk, kind of a wry twist to the edge of her lips, as if she has sort of a secret that no one else knows about. As you question her about drow culture, she sort of stops and looks at you, takes a moment to ponder exactly how to answer it, and then just says, "It's the most beautiful yet vicious type of lifestyle there is." Do you know anything about Black Widows?
A bit, but probably not as much as yourself.
Well, assume that what you know about Black Widows is true of drow culture.
You eat your husband?
Pretty much.
Can you tell us more?
I'm listening in.
Let me put it this way. We are going to the Underdark. We're going there to usurp the third family. We're going to put our family in charge. We're going to usurp the third family. The power structure of the Underdark is built around families.
It's like the Beatles.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks.
Yes?
What does
Was
this
it
have?
Riley?
What does this have to do with the tree?
The tree.
Yeah.
Well, my understanding is that your tree, well, not your tree, the tree, is being poisoned. Yes? It's,
You-
it's sick.
That's what you said.
You
yeah.
know this.
Well, I
What's
know
that?
this too. It is also true.
You know this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know someone that knows the source of the poison.
Is it as a result of the family that we are going to usurp?
I don't know.
Okay, what if it's your family?
I don't think it's us.
Okay.
So let me get this straight. In
about
exchange
that?
for helping you stage a coup,
Mhm.
we will be given sufficient information to find the source of the poisoning of Vintar.
Yeah, and then you guys can fix it.
And how do we know that this information you have is reliable?
I mean,
Well,
we don't. But
You don't.
I'm sitting down on a stump or something. I just turn around as I'm polishing them all. Do you trust the person that's allegedly has this information?
I don't think you saw, but when I walked in, I had a portion of the corrupted root.
Okay.
So, there's some validity.
May I see it?
They took it from me. I don't have it.
Could you describe it, please?
Like yellow root, the way any normal tree would look, except it was kind of purplish and bruised.
Is that kind of what I saw, like, on the various branches and leaves and stuff when I was working with the spiders?
What you saw on the leaves was more of a yellowing of just the edges of the tree.
But I do associate it. Like, I...
But, Sebastian, you confirmed that this is what you saw when she was walking up initially, holding in her hand.
I want to have just been like holding my hand up this whole time, like, question. Go ahead.
No, I'm distracted. I'm just butting in when I hear something interesting, but I'm still working with Aquilo very much.
Yes, Riley.
So, if he knows a person who knows about the poison, but you don't know if they're from this other family, then how do you know as a person if you don't know what family they're from?
Oh, I know the other person.
But you just said you don't know.
She doesn't know who is poisoning, but this person knows who is poisoning.
Thank you.
Of course, not like that, Aquilo.
Let's. He's got a crossbow bolt between his teeth.
Yes, I mean that is
Getting closer.
relative for carrying purposes, but not for shooting.
And you've performed many operations of this nature?
No, first time teaching.
No, I'm talking to her.
Oh, sorry.
Let's just say drow culture is built around coups.
Yeah, you seem fairly confident for being with us for something
Let's be clear. This situation isn't ideal for any of us.
I agree.
I walked
Right.
in there hoping to walk out with some of the best of Vintar. I walked out with a bunch of strangers who were this close to no longer existing.
Well,
I can bring you back to life if you die.
it's true.
I can stab you in the tongue
That's also true.
if that's required.
She shakes her head and just goes, males.
Right?
Let's make one thing clear.
Yes.
I'm in charge.
Mm.
You're second in command.
Yeah.
Why?
What's my title?
You have so many.
Second
Second
in
fiddle.
command.
That's no fun.
You're an honorary drow.
That's not a title I think people would be excited to have.
She's so cool.
Oh my god.
So I noticed as you were apprehended,
So easy to
you presented an amulet that, I mean, you seemed to think it was important, but no one else did.
Do we still
What
have
was
that?
that? Yeah, do we still have the amulet, or has that been confiscated?
You all have been very, very sneaky. That was the emblem of the third house. The third house that we will be usurping.
How many houses are there?
There are the fangs of Law, the eyes of Law, the legs of Law, and the web of Law.
Do I recognize the name Loth?
There are 4. Give me a history check.
History.
Yeah, I also want to see if I've heard from my other
So
adventures in the Underdark.
It would make sense for a guard to do this roll.
9.
12.
I assume Felix would know about Loth just based on his obsession with elves.
Does it extend to Dark Elves?
And my dislike for them.
Oh.
Sure, go ahead. Give me a roll. That's fine.
Fangs of Law, Eyes of Law, Legs of Law.
And Web of Loth.
Web of Law.
Peter knows this, but Oni, I guess, doesn't.
19.
20, you said?
19.
19.
I got minus 10 to that.
Okay. You know that Loth is said to be one of the primary sort of gods, sort of not gods. A strong being that is responsible for corrupting a portion of the elves and bringing them underground and turning them into the drow that they currently are.
Sucking the beauty out of them.
Oh, Loth.
Well,
Cool, thank you.
Well,
Like sloth, but without the S. Still a sin then.
Got it.
Correct.
so are you the eyes?
No, we are not part of the first 4 families.
Oh shit.
They have their work cut out for them.
This is why this is so difficult. The 4 families, they keep an eye on one another.
Mm.
They surveil each other,
Mm-hmm.
which is part of the reason why we couldn't just do it straight up. As soon as we would mobilize any sort of force capable of taking down one of the houses, they would squash us before we could raise an army large enough, a force.
And who exactly is we?
Me and my family,
And what family is yours?
the Shadow Blades.
The Shadow. Sorry.
What happens when you guys take down another family and all the other families are pissed at you?
You are not part of the Loth crew.
The only... In fact, if we do it successfully, without a witness, and without a witness being key, we will be rewarded, not congratulated.
We are bad at that.
The other families will admire our ambition, our strength, our skill, our cunning, and we will have a seat amongst the 4. Now, usually, these trades in power don't usually overextend. They don't go 2 houses above their rank. 4 might take over 3, 3 might take over 2, 2 might take over 1.
Mm-hmm.
But we think if we can be sneaky about it, we can skip around 4 because they're the ones that are expecting us.
Mm-hmm.
Go directly for the legs of Loth.
We are
Sweep 'em
not
in the
sneaky.
legs.
What's that?
We are not sneaky. At all.
I am.
He is.
Well, we'll find out. There's plenty of time until we get to the Underdark.
Anything these 4 families have done that have caused for usurping them, or you just want the power for your family?
That's about as far as it goes.
Good question.
Fair enough.
We'll see.
Jungle law. I can respect that.
Do any of these families trade with those above ground?
Gods know.
Okay.
We
Just
hate surface dwellers.
We are surface dwellers.
I'm not.
How do you usurp?
We did it at Baton's.
You kill.
Inadvertently.
Kill them?
Yeah.
But, like, what if we just ties them up?
We can't leave any witnesses behind.
What if we tied them up and put them in another...
Oh, drive them to the hobgoblins, so for experiments.
I feel
That's
it's worse
worse!
than that is way worse.
Who the fuck are you?
Why?
Why is that worse? We're not killing them.
You wanna be...
We're subjecting them to a fate
Torture?
worse
There
than
are
death.
fates worse than death. You should know this.
I feel like this is not always the case, though. I mean, those are when experiments go wrong. We only saw one of those.
that's true.
No, don't encourage him.
What do they look like when they go right?
Better.
How do you know that wasn't what they were aiming for to begin with?
Oh, well, I've only read of those things in context of mistakes.
Right.
Look,
in
look,
experiments.
we've got a long way ahead of us, and if it were up to me, we'd keep moving, but Tiny over here needs a break. So we're going to take a break.
Yeah, it's helpful to just be sitting down.
And then we're going to be moving.
Mhm.
We'll leave just before dawn.
Okay.
Alright. Turn in for the night. Ernie, take the first watch with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep skinning the meat for the rest of the deer that I caught. and just like make little pouches for rations for the rest of the day, for like the day after we go.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything before bed, or organize the next watches?
I'll be last.
I don't think both the leaders should take the same watch, right?
Can't have the vice president and the president being in the same plane.
God damn.
I like the way you think.
It is usually very useful.
All right, Riley.
No.
That was all good.
I'll take the fourth watch.
We should organize by dark vision.
I don't have that.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
You do.
Yep.
Agar does. Aquilo does. And Shadowblade does too. That is all.
Okay. Just
All right.
spread us out.
I'll take the watch with our clothes.
Actually, I have...
Oh, no, we need Aquila when I watch.
Well, Aquilo will probably stay awake with me.
Oh, you guys do need him. That's true.
Well, that's alright, I have Yumi.
Ah.
That too. All right.
Yes.
Okay, we do that. All that.
So Azariel pulls her cloak up tight, kind of goes a ways, just like 15 feet away from the fire, bunches up her cloak, her tattered cloak behind her, and just kind of like leans back, propped up just slightly, kind of looking at the fire.
Do I, from our conversation, detect that she has ulterior motives for doing this? Like she's not telling us the whole truth?
Give me an insight check.
16.
16. It's a natural 20.
Yeah, figured.
I
can
hear it. Sound great.
You could hear the natural
I
20.
could hear the natural 20.
Special sound effect.
Yeah.
She seems genuine, earnest.
Okay. I still don't trust her.
Yeah.
She
I'm
doesn't.
glad you rolled that insight check.
She doesn't even care.
Okay.
That's
So?
loud.
Once everybody is asleep, like to go over to Oni and say, "Hey, can I borrow you for a minute?"
What? What?
Right. Can we talk?
Oh, yes.
Take a walk with me.
We need to keep watch.
Yeah, just like a few, just like a minute or two away.
I don't think you understand how watch works.
I'll keep a knife while you guys go for your little walk.
You're asleep.
You waited for everyone to be asleep.
Oh, you waited. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Aquilo,
Wow.
hello. Can you keep watch on the sleeping people while Felix talks to me a minute or two away from this location?
You want me to watch everyone sleep?
I want you to watch out while they sleep in case danger comes their way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here, take this crossbow.
I take the crossbow. Thank you, Aquilo. And I guess I walk a minute or two away with Felix.
Okay. You guys walk off outside the radius of the campfire.
You realize they are asleep, right? They cannot hear us.
It's a little embarrassing. I need to say something I don't say very often.
Okay.
Wanted to say thank you.
You do not thank people often.
Not really.
You should not. You should thank people more often.
Yeah, I know. Look, I know that you guys could have bailed on me,
Mhm.
and that's not lost on me.
Mhm.
So just I know that kind of fucked with a lot of stuff there, but I appreciate you not bailing on me.
Okay. Well, deal was go to Underdark, save 3, and then get back. You are despite your flaws, helpful. At times, especially, unhelpful, if not problematic. But us getting through Underdark, a lot more likely with you with us, as opposed to you dead or something. I suppose you are welcome. I'm not exactly pleased with you, but that does not mean that you should suffer if you've understood your mistake.
Yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing. I get it. I fucked up. I'm sorry, but that's why I'm impressed by you. I wanted to say I understand, and I think you would have been justified in leaving me behind and just hiring somebody else to help you along the way. But you, I don't know, the things you do are inspiring, and I appreciate the fact that you try to do the right thing. Oh shit, the right thing. Fuck.
What?
Only I have to go back to the Vale.
That
Just
sounds
for a
like.
second.
What do you
No,
mean?
look,
We are far away from the Vale.
We're just like 2 hours. Look, I need the sending paper that I have. I need to give to Kaio.
Why do you need to give the sending paper to Kaio?
Because look, I spent the whole week down there. I got close to her mother. I got close to Kaio, and I think that if they ever get into trouble, we could help. And they don't know what they're dealing with, and they know that they're not getting help. But if they ever get in trouble, they can contact us, and we can be back here. Look, I'm trying to do the right thing. I just need to run it over to them.
I appreciate you doing the right thing, but this does not seem like the time to do something like that. We will be coming back. You can give it to them then. Also,
Yeah, but
they have gone this long without our help. They can continue to go on this long without our help in this way. Not to mention that anytime we've tried to help Kaio, what is her mother's name? Olivia? Eleanor. She does not like us. So anytime you try to get near her, Eleanor says no and then makes you go away. Especially if it has to do with Kaio. I do not think that you will be able to succeed in this within less than 2 hours or 2 hours and a little bit more. Not to mention that if it takes 2 hours to get there, then it takes 2 hours to come back, and you will not get the rest you want, and everyone else will notice that you are not here, which is not wise in your current position.
No, I get it. I'm not. So the beauty of this is that it puts the ball in their court. So basically they can decide. I'm not pushing it on them. They just now have an option to talk to us if they ever want our help. And well, what if shit hits the fan sometime while we're gone? Because we're probably going to be gone for a little while.
Yes, but what if you get separated from us in the Underdark?
Well, that's a risk we'd have to take. But I mean, I'm trying to do the right thing. I want to help.
That is admirable. This is not the time to do that right thing, though. That is something that you have to do later. Or before, but right now it is not a good idea.
Yeah, I know, and I won't get the rest that I need, and I might be shit the next day. But I promise only to complain a little bit as we go through the day, and it'll help start me on the road to a bit of a redemption. I'll run back and drop it off. I'll be really fast.
First things first. We are stopping here because you requested it. Secondly, the people you need to redeem yourself to, not Kaio, us. Thirdly,
yes, everyone.
Everyone, I suppose, sure, but you have not done anything particularly wrong to Kaio. If anything, you have done nothing but good to Kaio and Eleanor. But regardless, if you are seeking to redeem yourself, this is certainly one way to do it. Right now is not the time to do so. You must do so later.
I'll be back before we leave. I'll just be tired the next day.
Are you asking me for permission, or are you just letting me know what you will do? If you seek my approval of this course of action, you do not have it.
why? I'm trying to do the right thing.
Because this is not the time for that thing to do.
It's not time to do the right thing.
Not that particular one, no. Not to mention that you are purposefully disrespecting the requests of the mother, which arguably is not the right thing to do. Especially since we have already made our position very explicitly clear to them that we want to help them in any way that we can, and we keep pushing away.
Right.
This is not the time to push that boundary, not to mention that we need you here. You are supposed to keep watch, and we've already left them alone. And you are supposed to keep watch, and you want to leave, even
They're
further.
right there. We can still see them.
I have made my position clear to you. You are welcome to respect that and stick around. You are welcome to ignore that and go. I will explain the situation to whoever is going to take the next watch. But you will be gone if you choose to go. And we would not be here in this situation, or perhaps we would, but not like this, if not for what you did earlier. We were in the Vale earlier, and you could have done it before. This is not the time to do it. I do not know what else to say. I appreciate
What if I
your
had
sentiments.
Another reason I had to go back.
Another reason. What other reason is there?
Is there any chance you could take me at my word and say it's important?
This is what you want to do on me.
When we met for first time, and you cast spell on me, while Agar tried to kill me, I did not like you. I did not like Agar. But then, I liked you more, and I disliked Agar less. And then I liked Agar. And you were fine. But, in that time, you insisted upon contracts, you insisted upon my honor, telling me that I am dishonorable and not honest if I took the gold from the Atoji, but still told the Rainier about the situation. It seems to me that you have recognized that I take honor very seriously and such, and you know how to use that against me in the context of conversation and such. And perhaps that is what's happening. Honestly, I'm not sure. Perhaps you are struggling with who you are. But if you truly believe it to be important enough to risk your position with us, to risk your life, because you will be going alone if you do go back there. Again, you are free to do as you like. I stand by my position. You do not have my approval. You can go. But I will keep watch to the people who have kept me alive, who have kept you alive, who did not let you rot in the cell in complete darkness. Truly
I'm not
unpleasant.
abandoning them. I'll be back. I'm shit on watch anyway. I can't see in this darkness.
That is not why we've kept you around. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the camp. Do what you believe is right. It is what I would do. And I'll walk back to camp.
You walk
A heavy
back.
heart.
You walk back to camp, and all you see is just the flickering of the light and the silhouette of a little kobold, hands on his hips.
I'm gonna sit cross-legged.
you sit cross-legged and still tower over Arquillo. You're back.
Yes, you did very well. I hand him back the crossbow.
Should I practice now? He points it at the drow.
If you're going to practice, do so on the trees.
They don't feel pain.
What?
That is true, which is why we practice on trees. But when we are actually trying to kill, we do it to the things that deserve the killing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Thank God we don't have a druid with us.
Yep.
All right, Felix. What are you doing?
I'm so torn.
You're standing alone, about 60 feet from the group,
I'm just
in utter darkness.
rotating my ring.
I will leave Yume by a tree near Felix.
Trees are pretty sparse, but we'll say there's one.
Is it tall grass?
It's tall. It's about knee-high grass. It's pretty tall
It's
grass.
pretty tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave Yume just on the floor near there. Near Felix.
In the vicinity.
Yeah.
Felix. Okay.
I'm gonna shoot only a message. Say, if my life depended on it, could I be forgiven?
Yes.
I take off running.
But only by me.
You still take off running?
Yeah.
Okay. You go running off into the night, straight into darkness and farther away from the light. Who's on second watch?
I think it was me.
Okay.
Because I was gonna be last, but then the drow said that she was gonna take last.
Okay. Oni, you go and nudge your Gar. Wake. Gar, you wake up?
Where's the halfling?
He said his life depended on something important, that he had to run back to the Vale. I believe he is also going to give Kaio sending paper. Or perhaps that was a lie. Anyway,
Okay. Get some rest. We'll need it tomorrow. Interesting.
if he does come back, don't kill him.
I'll try not to. I won't. Don't worry.
Okay. He is useful despite his significant flaws.
I'm well aware. And if he comes recommended by Bard, then there's more to him than his fuckery, for sure.
Fuckery.
Yes.
I have heard this, yes.
We talked about it.
That's right.
Get some sleep, mate. And I
Thank
clap him on the shoulder, or as high as I can.
Yep. Gar, is there anything you'd like to do during your watch? It's a clear night. There's no imminent threat of danger. You feel pretty comfortable, but you're considering the proximity of the mountains and the relative closeness of the hobgoblins. Best to keep watch, but there's nothing like prowling around.
Yeah, I've got a weather eye on around and stuff like that. I guess I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna kind of go over my notes over the spiders and try to recall things from the Underdark that I've seen in the past. Kind of ponder what Azrael said about the families and all that, and just kind of just chill out and keep an eye out for Felix.
2 hours pass. The only thing you hear is but the cool breeze of the night, occasional owls and nighttime insects thrumming in the background. You light your pipe, enjoying the rich smoke that you had not gotten a chance to partake of much during your time in Vintar.
I'm humming some dwarven songs to myself.
Maybe perhaps some sea shanties you picked up
Aye.
during your time as well. Your time goes uneventful. 2 hours pass, and I believe Riley was at third watch. So you go, nudge her awake.
Wait.
Where's the halfling?
Am I also part of the third one?
Would you like to be?
I imagine.
I mean, I can.
Yeah.
Do you have dark vision? Then I guess I.
Okay, so Sebastian, Riley, that's totally fine.
Oi, wake up.
Where's he howling?
That's a good question, isn't it? Is his rest up? Okay, I'm going to go to sleep.
Wait. Are we not concerned that he's gone?
At this point in time, reliability is what's been demonstrated, right? Or lack thereof. So for all intents and purposes, we don't have a halfling. And I'm just gonna lie down.
Okay.
Did you kill him?
I don't think so.
Are you asking me or him?
Not that I'm aware of.
You just accidentally kill people?
Apparently, it happened yesterday, or I guess a few days ago.
See if we'll call about it.
Wait. Do I know what happened back there?
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah. Do I know what happened back there?
Back where?
Back when the
Malzana.
elf died. The
Malzana.
redheaded.
Human.
Well,
Malzana.
when
I mean-
Malzana died.
Sebastian's cutting her tongue was not a secret.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Well, Felix was saying that he wanted to kill her to keep her from, like, ratting him out, I suppose. And I was trying in a desperate plea to think of a compromise, so I figured if she can't talk, then maybe we can spare her life. But apparently she had a clotting problem. And
Malzana the hemophiliac.
Didn't-
was her demise.
didn't work out as anticipated for sure, and I certainly regret my actions. Couldn't do it.
Can I just say that I feel horrible? He's blaming you for this. Like, I am so sorry. Felix is not really, but
He'd never
I'm
committed murder
sorry.
before he met us. He never killed
Yes.
a person.
We don't know that.
So,
He said that.
You didn't mean to kill her then.
No, certainly not. I thought I was going to save her. With the guards coming and whatnot, I figured, she's going to get some sort of medical attention, and I didn't think that was going to be a fatal blow, so to speak.
So,
But
like, you feel bad about it? Like, really bad? Just kind of bad? Do you feel bad about it?
I mean, it sucks, but in retrospect, I wish I hadn't done it. I wouldn't say I feel bad. I think that I feel bad about the whole situation, but she certainly didn't help matters. A lot of things could have been avoided, and I just see that as mine was the final poor decision in a series of poor decisions. So,
Oh. I guess I've been there. Also, like, to be clear, I don't think I've killed anybody that way. Maybe. I just don't know it.
I've learned over time, don't worry about the things you can't fix. Just try your best to learn from your mistakes and not make them again.
Do you know how fucking complicated that gets when you can bring people back from the dead?
I honestly don't, but I can certainly imagine it complicates matters. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Okay, you guys go spend your watch 2 hours.
I would like to try something. As I don't, presumably Riley will be doing something like making more dragons or something distracting. Not literally staring at me.
I'm not Arquillo, so no.
I'd like to cast Mage Hand secretly, invisibly. And I guess first I'd like to make sure she didn't notice, so that's what I'm going to try to do.
Sleight of hand check.
Is this passive or active? I'm keeping watch.
Alright, active.
Is he part of your watch?
I mean, he's there.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, you got
20.
fucked.
Yeah, I got a 17.
So you notice him casting Mage Hand,
I want to watch what he does.
which you've seen him do a number of
I wanna
times.
see what he does.
So this is interesting. Would I notice that she notices?
You were keeping an eye to make sure that she wouldn't,
Yes,
right?
you were
So-
explicitly trying to do it without her awareness, so you would know she knows.
What you doing?
I'm still kind of new to the Magic game, and sometimes I I'm a little bit worried that I might make more mistakes. Are you familiar with this spell? Like, can you cast Mage Hand?
Do I believe him?
Are you telling the truth?
Not really.
He's lying.
Deception check.
Don't
Straight
worry,
up?
you're gonna roll
No.
higher. The one?
No.
No.
Plus 10.
13.
12.
Damn.
No, I
Not using that one.
don't know how to. I mean, I can cast minor illusion to make a hand. It's cool, but like it doesn't grab things.
Yeah, I also cast Minor Illusion.
I can do this.
I'm sure that will come in handy when Felix returns.
Dudunch.
If.
Okay.
Anything else?
Basically, no, not at this point.
Okay. Okay. Cutscenes to Felix. Felix, you are running through the tall grass, almost nonstop for 2 hours. It's nothing, from your vantage point, it's very little more than blades of grass, kind of close edges, and sky above. And you're just constantly, as if you were swimming through. Every once in a while, some of the blades of grass get past your reach and like smack you in the face, but you just keep going. And you're sweating, you're huffing, you're puffing. You're starting to get kind of grimy from all the physical exertion. But then after about 2 hours, you come close to the Shady Vale underneath Vintar, and you see the landscape speckled with shacks, houses, barns, very rudimentary structures made of wood. Give me a perception check.
18.
18. It's relatively still at the moment. You occasionally hear some farm animals rustling around in their barns. But there is one sound that carries in the night. And it is the soft sobbing of a woman.
I ignore it and run to where I was planning on going.
You and your secrets.
So when you met the individual, you met him at your bar, at your stump.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You do not know where he's sleeping at the moment.
I'm just gonna sneak around and start peeking in windows.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I'm not the only creepy one.
That's for sure.
19.
19. Okay.
Needle in a fucking haystack.
Now, give me an investigation check as you look around.
I'm gonna use black there. There we go. 16.
16. It takes you some time. It's not easy. There are a number of different houses. And as you peer in, some of the houses, some of the citizens down there are currently within their trance. They're meditating. They've got their eyes closed. They're sitting in the lotus position. As you've been peeking in through all the houses, you notice that the sobbing that you had heard earlier is coming from Eleanor, who is sitting outside her own house.
God damn it.
You can do what you will with that information. Do you stop or do you continue?
Don't have time for your shit.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
I was just telling Kelsey, I'm pretty sure he's an incubi.
Incubus?
Yeah, that.
No, I
Well, he's
stopped.
two of them. He's worse.
Yeah. One's his head, the other one's his penis.
You stop and you creep around the corner of her house, and she's just sitting out front, sitting on a stump that's sort of been fashioned into kind of like a chair. And she has her hands in her palms. She has no idea you're there, and she's just sobbing into her hands.
Can I assume I have a handkerchief I can clear my throat holding?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
I just have a handkerchief in my hand that I will extend out to her.
You clear your throat, and she looks up, startled for a brief second, not expecting to see anyone there. You get a good look at her. She's wearing the green headband that she normally wears. She's got the short bob cut that kind of falls in layers over her headband, and she's just straight. Her face is swollen and red from sobbing, and after a moment of being startled by you, she looks at you surprised, and it was just like, Felix, what are you doing here? And she extends her hand out and takes the handkerchief and starts like drying her eyes.
I realized that I didn't get to say goodbye to you. Shit kind of hit the fan and we got out of here quickly, but I like to think that I made a friend while I was here. I've learned better than to ask questions, but you doing okay?
No, Felix. No, I'm not. We tried to leave the Shady Vale. I gathered all our money, got my husband to gather all our money. Honestly, we stole some. And we tried to leave through the Pierce Ridge Mountains. We figured perhaps Vintar was no longer for us. But the hobgoblins are not letting anyone pass. They would not give us passage.
Not even if you paid for it?
No, they had no interest in our money. I'm desperate, Felix. Don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know how much longer
God damn it, Mike.
we can. I don't know how much longer we can stay here with Kaio.
Fuck. Let me ask you. Is it magic in general that you don't like? Or is it just Kaio's?
It's not magic that bothers me, it's the origin of hers.
Shoot her my special message.
No, you asshole!
What is this?
We're gonna find out
You know
right
what it
now.
is?
Her eyes look up and connect with yours. And she's like, there's a distinct sense of disbelief as well as wanting to believe you. And all she responds is with a very choked, sob-ridden, you can like hear the tears in the back of her throat kind of response. She just replies with, "Really?"
Maybe. Could you wait here for just a little bit?
I'm so confused.
I know it's a lot. I just take time, think on it. I'll be right back.
Okay. She just
And
sits back down and continues to dry her eyes.
I'm gonna run around and see if I can continue with my regular plan.
Give me another investigation check. The DC is lowered this time.
It's not as good. That's a 14.
14. How long do you want to keep looking?
30 minutes. Tops.
30 minutes, you pop your head into different houses, shacks, buildings. You pop your head into the building of the smith that you had slept with earlier. And laying in bed with him is the dwarf.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You did the same.
Yeah, you are not into
I know.
monogamy.
I'm not.
He's into jealousy, though.
I'm upset I wasn't invited.
So you found him in bed with the smith.
With my buddy.
Take meal.
I'm gonna break into that guy's house sneakily.
Break
I'm gonna sneak
in?
into his house.
Break in
Sure.
as in...
Pick the lock.
Okay. Alright.
I'm gonna kick the door down.
Cat burgle.
With
Go
my
ahead, give me a
strength.
lock picking check.
Nat 20.
Wow. Well.
Easy enough. As if this was your own house.
It wasn't even
Yeah.
locked.
You enter in quietly, the door slightly creaking ajar.
I will then sneak over to the bed, put my hand over not the blacksmith's mouth, the other guy's mouth, and
Okay.
just kind of like gently nudge him awake.
Okay, so as you nudge him awake, he's very disoriented and very shocked. For a second, he struggles in his bed for a second, but then he sees you, makes eye contact with you, tries to wipe his eyes away as if he were dreaming. I'm going to give Dagmeal a check to see if he stays asleep. Nat 1, he's still asleep.
Alright.
He's dead.
Felix killed him.
He's in a coma.
He is
Sleep apnea
unconscious.
finally got him.
Yeah. Let's assume that means sleep paralysis.
Yeah. He's just stuck in deep sleep at the moment, having night terrors.
All right,
Hella rem.
Felix, you have the smith's attention. He's
No, not the
No,
smith.
not the
Yeah,
smith.
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, the
dwarf.
the dwarven helper to the smith.
I will pull his hand out of bed and walk him to a private area.
Okay, you take him outside, gently closing the door behind you.
And I do my thing.
Is he a vampire? Is that a thing?
I'm so sure
Okay.
he's an incubus.
Uh,
I don't know.
you have a brief discussion. He wants to make sure he understands, and then you guys do it, and he
Okay.
he goes back inside.
Snuck after him. I know it's-
He goes back inside. Did you hear that part?
Yeah,
He's still
that's
alive.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna run back to
But I
Eleanor.
know sex is involved because I followed him.
Okay.
one time
That's right.
You go back to Eleanor.
With the
She's there,
Smith.
no longer heavily sobbing or weeping, but still distraught at the moment.
I know.
Okay. I will go up to her
Vampiric penis. Yeah.
and just say, "Look, what you heard there. I want you to think on it for a long time. Okay? No, I don't want you to make a decision tonight.
But is it real?
Yes. Just, if anyone asks, just tell them the story of when I gave you that sending parchment. I told you I could help you, and I stand by that. If I have the ability to, I will. But it's a decision that you have to make.
If there's a chance this will work, I want it.
Think about it. I should be back in about a month. It's not a decision to make lightly.
Kaio's outbursts seem to be scaling in magnitude. Did you hear what happened during Concrescence?
Something about fire, but it was like attacking people?
Fire, shadows. It was Kaio. Obviously she didn't intend it. She couldn't control it. Katasha's of no use.
Yeah, she's even kind of less than awesome. So, I want you to sleep on it.
But I don't want to.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Do you understand what you're risking here?
I understand.
All right. I will. I'll do it.
Okay. Shall we take care of that?
Is there a way to do that without everybody knowing it? I feel like doing it would give away a lot.
Okay. We'll hold off.
You
We'll hold off.
secretive bastards.
I wanted to. Okay, whatever.
I have a very good theory.
Post in the comments below.
Yeah.
Felix, after you finish with Eleanor, I assume you hustle back.
Yep. Full sprint.
You hustle back full sprint to find Azrael awake.
Wait, why didn't we leave the drow alone on her own watch? Person we didn't trust.
We didn't. Felix is there.
That's true, I would have made it back just in time.
I trust Yume.
Yumi's got it.
Felix, you make it back just in time, huffing and puffing, sweating, out of breath. Your lungs are on fire. Your little legs are just burning. But you've made it back.
Okay.
Where the hell have you been? Says the drow.
I had to run back to the Vale.
For what business?
There was someone I needed to speak with. I had to give something to someone that might need our help in the future. Trying to do right by some people.
Your shenanigans gonna bite us in the ass.
Well, depends on if we learn from our history or not. I'm certainly trying to.
I don't know what in the fuck that means.
Me neither.
I'm full.
Look, I'm trying to be a better person. Whether or not a drow can understand that or not, I don't know. But
He's a racist
Look.
now?
Always has been.
Oh, okay.
I don't like drow.
Specifically to drop.
But look, I care about this group of people. I feel like you're leading them into some dangerous shit. So I'm going to help them if I can.
Well, don't get your hopes up too high. The ceiling's only so tall for a halfling.
But the ceiling's usually much further above me than most people.
The ceiling of being a good person.
Burn.
Alright. Easier for me to access then.
Alright, let's wake everyone up. Let's get moving.
Okay. Okay.
So you didn't sleep at all?
Nope. That's a point of exhaustion for me.
Is that 2 points of exhaustion now?
No, it's one.
No, it's
Okay.
a point.
Just
Yeah.
one.
Fair enough.
You guys wake up. It's not dawn yet. It's still dark out. You all wake up. Felix is there.
I give him a pointed look and then just go to packing my stuff.
Did you save your life?
What?
Yeah, it did.
What?
Well, at least I started to.
I don't start it.
What does that mean?
Trying to keep myself from going down a path of being a shitty person.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
You mean like bailing on your watch of keeping us safe?
I left Odie.
Don't worry about it, mate. It's fine.
He's a much better warrior than I ever will be.
I think what you mean is you want to, like, get off the path of being a shitty person.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And I was trying to start that last night.
Well, it is an interesting start.
Felix, where did you go and what did you do?
I went back to the Vale to try to help Eleanor and Kaio.
By doing what?
By...
You've done enough helping lately, and I don't know if I trust your judgment as to what is helpful and not helpful.
Well then, maybe I shouldn't help. Maybe, tell you what. For this journey...
I think I'm done listening to you. I think that we should just move on. And I wouldn't waste time carrying what somebody who's supposed to be trusted working with us keeps abandoning us and putting us in slight shitty situations.
Wait,
I'm okay
actually,
with that.
that sounded important.
Whatever. Let's go. I start walking into the direction.
Well, and I'll just like adjust my pack. Just, look, I'm gonna try to be better. If you guys would do me the service of advising me, I will do my best to listen.
I advise you to tell us where you went and what you were doing.
Right, I said I went to go give Kaio, I had previously given Kaio parchment, but Eleanor has been troublesome in accepting my help. So I felt like if I left the ball in her court, then it might be easier for her to ever come to us. So now I'm officially out of sending parchment, and I can now she might be willing to speak to us if she ever needs help, and she might talk to us if she ever gets desperate.
For the purposes of this conversation, I assume we're walking and talking.
You can be. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I don't have to roll, I just don't believe him.
Okay.
I am listening in, but I'm like ahead.
If you want our advice, whether that is collectively or just individually or whatever, I suppose the first one is, if you have a secret that is going to get us in trouble or something like that, don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, secrets are bad.
Often, yes. I told you that I might be persecuted. I am not sure. That is why I carry tiefling form with me. It is important for you to know so that you do not disclose information that might be problematic for you.
Felix, if you're hiding something and it puts me or, quite frankly, anyone else in this group in danger, I will cut that silver tongue right out of your head.
He has done that before to Malzana. It killed him.
Well, that sounds fair.
Okay.
Is that the denial?
I think it is acceptance of
No,
the
that was
consequences of his
acceptance.
actions.
Tell you what, like I will
further.
scamper to
Yeah, go ahead.
scamper to keep up to him. I will take a small platinum ring off my finger. It's the only piece of jewelry that I wear. This is the thing that I value above anything else that I possess. If you lose it, I will walk you off a cliff, but you can hold on to this.
It's only as valuable as it is to you.
Correct. And that value is
Yours, not mine.
immense.
I'm gonna keep
Correct.
working.
Okay, good. Put it back.
I'm gonna stop, take a pointed stop, turn around, get right in his face. I'm gonna pull out a piece of meat. I'm gonna show it in his face. I'll be like, "Do you know what this is?"
Steak?
This is a cut of meat called skirt steak. This is found on cows and other cattle. I've been carrying this around. This is a very, very good piece of meat. It's very much enjoyed. It comes from a part of the cow which is very difficult to cut. What we've been eating, all sorts of things, everything that I've hunted, that has value for keeping us alive, sustenance. Your ring means fuck all for me. What I value is the well-being of this group and the well-being of Oni's mission and the well-being of whatever else comes to good in the world. So, enjoy your ring, that's fine. But I've been through so many situations, I've seen so many monsters, I've gone on the sea, I've gone into fortresses, and I've been stabbed more times than I can count. And when it comes down to it, right, the value and trust of survival, that's what matters. So keep that in your bloody little head while we go into one of the most dangerous places on the planet, and then tell me about your fucking ring. I'm gonna turn around and keep walking as I put the meat back in my pocket.
I muttered to myself, like, the ring was supposed to show that I wasn't gonna abandon you, but okay.
Did I hear that?
He mutters it to himself.
Okay.
It was kind of under my breath, but not the quietest.
It could have also been in halfling.
My passive is 16.
Yeah, well,
Probably then.
If you want to hear it, you can.
I'm gonna take a deep sigh. I'm gonna turn around and be like, all right. I'll put my hand out.
Damn it. Okay.
Just haphazardly put it in my pocket and continue walking.
You guys continue walking. Azrael takes a hand, long black nails, gently placing them on kind of the side of your arm. Is it always this dysfunctional?
not this different.
It depends on the week.
You guys have fought before as a unit.
We fought each other. That's how we met.
Oh, fuck's sake.
We have also fought other things. As
We're not going to the underdark, we're gonna go walk right off a fucking cliff.
That will be hard to do in the
That
cave.
seems unlikely.
I've done that. Not quite that bad, actually. I've
Turn
seen
around
worse.
and fucking go. Let's go.
Want to put anything in my bag?
What?
Want to put anything in my bag?
I don't have anything.
There's a rock.
You meant? Do you want us to put anything in your bag?
Yeah, guys, I got a bag of holding.
Well, that's fun. Let me see if I have anything to put in there. I'm
giving you my hammer, my 10 pittance.
Oh fuck, am I keeping track of this shit?
You are now.
You asked
Alright.
for it.
You guys start playing with her bag of holding like a bunch of little kids as you make your way toward the edge of the mountains, towards a small cavern opening inside. And that's where we're going to take our break. We're going to have a short 5 to 10 minute break-ish, and then we'll come back officially underdark.
Ooh.
So we will be back
What's that
soon. And we're back. Done.
Yeah,
We're back. Before we continue,
yeah,
We're in the red.
a little bit.
Before
It's
we
fine.
continue, we can take care of our legendary die for the evening,
Mhm.
which is a way overpowered inspiration that goes out to one of our characters, or me,
Mhm.
based on votes in the chat room. And we've got our Felix in the chat room. Felix, who does the legendary die go to?
So I didn't get a name, but the person who's supposed to get the die is the person who has failed the most strength saving throws.
Yeah, that'd be Riley.
Yeah.
All right, Riley.
Yes!
So yeah, so we're not getting a name.
That's fair. I appreciate you.
You
Riley
have
deserves the world.
You have a legendary die, a d20 that you can add to any roll at some point tonight.
Thank you, question mark, Beastly Cupcakes? Is that
Muffins.
who?
Beastly Muffins.
Damn it.
Beastly Muffins 12.
Damn it, but it's her birthday! Happy birthday!
It is
They're
her birthday.
cupcakes today. They got frosting.
Birdie, birdie, birdie!
That was good.
So,
So getting back into it.
pulling ourselves back in. You guys spent the majority of today's session around a campfire, getting to know Azrael a little better, getting to know Drow culture a little better, taking your watches, while one halfling snuck off, went back to the Shady Vale,
Snuck.
and came back. Now, you guys are entering the Underdark proper. For you, Agar, this is somewhat familiar territory. You're familiar with some of what's expected, some of the beasts, the creatures that loom in the darkness. But perhaps not the Underdark in this area of the world. So you have a general idea of what to expect. As you move into the cave, as soon as you get just out of that first bend of the cave, it becomes very, very dark, even though the sun is rising off in the distance. So dark, in fact, that those of you without dark vision are effectively blind
Oh shit.
for the time being.
You may sprawls on my head, and I peer through her eyes.
You may in bat form sprawls on your head. Okay, easy enough.
I cast light.
Yes! You cast light on the beads interwoven in your fun buns, and Azrael is very put off by Really? Is that what we're doing?
I
Yes.
mean, do you want me to change the color?
Can you make it less light?
Ooh. Do we have anything to put over your head?
Like a lampshade.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Put the hood on. Yes.
Let's just
Let
turn
the
the light
light
off.
It's like a lantern.
It's better.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that occurred to me.
That
What?
we can see in the dark.
The only ones that have dark vision are the dwarf.
Mhm.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Half elf.
You
And the kobold.
You made those two.
Hello. Yes, hello. She just sighs, and continues off into the Underdark
I don't think she likes us very much.
Hey, so like, if I found a secret door, would that make you mad or happy?
God.
It's an important empirical question.
It really is.
It's very relevant,
Yes.
actually.
Generally, I think it'd make me happy, yes.
Okay, good.
Oh.
It's good to know. Yes, helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why do you ask?
Just because I'm curious. Like a cat.
You're a terrible liar.
I know.
We have a propensity to find secret doors.
I have a wand. But don't steal it. I mean, you wouldn't do that. Right?
No.
Okay, we're good.
Does a smirk put me off? Does a smirk put me off?
You tell me.
What do you mean?
I look at her suspiciously.
I appreciate your honesty.
You guys make your way.
It only works for me.
Well, then it's fortunate it's in your hands.
Are you okay? Okay.
That's legit.
You guys make your way deeper and deeper into the caves. Your footsteps, your shuffling, your scraping of armor against armor reverberates and echoes within this cave. You can hear every misstep amplified by the hollow walls with your sound bouncing. Your vision is uncomfortable at best for those of you that don't have dark vision. It's constantly a matter of turning into dark corners and then illuminating them. As you turn the dark corners, for some of you, except maybe Agar, there's almost like an expectation that you're going to see something there. A few times you run across some stalagmites and stalactites, but you move past safely without incident.
I give them a wide berth.
Yep.
Oni and then Agar. I saw you.
Yeah. Two things. Fuck it, just one. In Draconic, I say, I guess technically out loud, but mostly to Riley. Felix said that whatever he had to do with the veil was to save his own life.
You say this to who?
In Draconic,
To Riley.
Whenever we get to the next moment where we take break, I think you should cast Zone of Truth.
I didn't prepare it.
That is okay. Next time.
Deal.
I have something after Agar.
Agar?
I'm gonna. So I have a little pouch that has Robin's earring in it and a number of other things and like Fiery Shard. I'm transferring the ring into that pouch, which is like a very special pouch I keep in my chest.
Okay.
Nobody knows that. And I'm
Have your pouch of wonders.
I'm going to take one of the torches. I have 10 torches. I'm going to take one of the torches. I'm going to take two of the torches. Hand one to Oni and hand one to Felix. No
Thank
words,
you.
no nothing. I'll just basically...
Lit or not?
No, not lit.
Okay.
I've got a tinder box. If you need it lit, let me know, but here. Don't be stupid. And
Thank you.
I'll keep walking.
Felix, would you like my torch? It is a nice gesture, but I have Yume and bonfires that I can magically make.
Sure, thanks. I have 10, but, better than 10.
Now you have 12.
Okay, then perhaps I hold on to this one in case something happens to your 10.
Actually, no.
Yes, good idea.
I do give the lit one to Felix.
Okay.
I give
try
Oni
not
an unlit one.
But,
Cool.
Dale.
Because I got Yume.
Fire softly crackles in the caverns.
Just as we're walking, I sort of trying to make small chat to some degree with Azrael.
She's very disinterested in talking to a male.
Would you prefer speaking in Elvish? Would that make things a little more palatable?
I prefer speaking to a woman. Someone that knows what's going on.
Did I hear this?
Yeah.
We don't have someone that fits both of those categories.
I switch to speaking in Elvish and say,
Sacred Flame.
Pick one.
look, let's just cut to the chase. The halfling harbors a very dangerous secret that I think endangers us all, and more importantly, your mission. So my guess is you're not above using forceful interrogation tactics when necessary, and I recommend the next time we take a break, you might try them on him to reveal his secrets.
Oh my god.
Give me a persuasion check.
There you go. Oh, that's good.
20.
Unnatural. Ooh. Catch.
Okay. Back of the line.
Yes, ma'am. And I just go to the back.
It's uncomfortable. Everybody's speaking different languages around me.
I'm gonna mutter under my not under my breath, but audible enough for them to hear in Dwarvish. Like, now we're dealing with a fucking drow woman. Fuck this bitch. Does she react? I kind of said it to see if she would understand Dwarvish.
She responds in Dwarvish.
Yes!
Tell me how you really feel, dwarf man.
Spend the night with me and maybe we'll see if we change my mind.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't sleep with scum.
Oh. Me.
Good thing it's just me.
We're all gonna die.
Yep.
Out of spite, like, I say it happily, like, I'm bilingual too.
Yep.
I have one thing I want to do before you get into combat, but I don't care when it is.
Go for it. Now's a good time.
Alright. Hey, Aquillo.
Wow.
Hello.
So,
Wow.
we need to start playing this game where every time we get attacked, you hide. I'm going to call it Run, Hide, Fight.
Run, hide, fight.
So you do running, then you hide, and then you fight. Is that how that goes?
You don't want me to help.
Well, you help by hiding because then, like, I don't have to worry about what happens to you.
But I can help.
What if you die?
I'm a dragon, I won't die.
That is not accurate.
What? Neither of those two statements are accurate.
You're not accurate.
Arquilla, how about this? How about you keep, when we have a fight, you keep watch until we ask for you to shoot something with that crossbow.
I don't like this thing.
That is not how you hold it.
I know, I don't like it.
Okay. Perhaps stick with the sling for now, until you are comfortable.
He just drops it. Clatters on
Oh, hey! That's...
Pick it up and give it to Riley.
Is it loaded?
No.
Okay.
Not
I would
anymore.
not, I would not let it be loaded in his hands yet.
friendly fire.
Perhaps when you are more comfortable with crossbow.
Okay.
There's an arrow in your butt.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll hide.
Yeah. You can, like, take the dragon wings and go...
He looks at the little thing you fastened for him that's like strapped to his wrists and like kind of attached to his body.
Very good.
I like being underground.
Cool.
That is good.
Okay. Let's go.
You know, I met a nice nobleman. He had a cape. He would do this occasionally. Very nice guy. Shiny teeth.
Is he
Weird
secretly a
thing to know.
billionaire?
It's Count Dracula reference.
Oh, I thought it was a Batman reference.
Either one works, really.
Some guy.
Same guy.
Yep.
You guys continue for about a day's travel. A lot of it is winding patterns that are relatively level, but a lot of the paths that you take slope downward. Some slope relatively gradually and gently, others slope relatively steeply, to the point where like you have to like slow down, give each other a hand, and you climb down. But you generally make your way eastward and downward, kind of at the same time, both east and down.
And out.
Do we have any more fruit?
After a while of walking and stuff, every so often I kind of want to like take a look around and see if I see any tracks of anything, creatures, monsters,
Give me a survival check.
beasts, other traveler folk of some sort.
Hell yeah.
When he asks, I run up and present him my fruit.
22.
Oh,
22.
it is good to know that it is still here. That is all I needed. Thank you.
Okay. Walk away sad.
You manage, you see relatively dwarven-sized footprints, bare feet.
Bare feet.
Yeah.
Like barefoot footprints of about Norman size.
Yeah, it's barely noticeable. When the middle of the path seems to be pretty well worn, but along the edges there's a little bit of dust that collects. Every once in a while you spot one of these dwarven-sized feet.
I ask in Dwarvish to Azrael, are there many Duragar around here?
Too many.
Alright. I'm just keeping an extra eye out, just like paying attention. Refuse to be caught flat-footed.
Okay.
Shoot.
I'm gonna cast message to Riley.
Okay.
We're also secretive now.
Look what you've done to the group, Felix.
we were very open before this.
Yeah.
Let's say
I'm getting suspicious now.
I think perhaps we should warn Azrael about Felix. I think he has some things he hasn't told us, and I think she might listen to you better than basically anyone else. So if you think that's something worth pursuing, I would recommend it.
Don't you think she knows, like, just based on our interactions?
I don't think she understands the lengths he's willing to go.
It just hasn't been mansplained to her yet.
Okay. But then, like, I can't do it in front of him.
Well, I mean, you can cast message too, right?
Nah, Jeezy.
Oh. Okay, sure. Never mind then. Sebastian signing out.
As you guys are having this conversation, Azrael stops abruptly. You guys are in sort of a T section right now, and right before you're about to enter the T section, she puts her hand up for a second, immediately brings her hand up to her face,
I do the exact same motion.
looks back, and
You want me to cast silence?
off in the distance, she looks back at you all, and I guess Agar, you would be, no, Riley would probably be the next behind her. She says, "We must go unseen. We do not want to fight."
No, I'm real good at that.
You got lights on. Pass it on.
Stealth.
Okay. She slowly backs away, not turning around to look at you guys, but slowly backs away. Off in the distance, you can hear what sounds to be like scraping almost like bone on bone or rock on rock.
Do I recognize the sound?
Give me a nature check with advantage.
12.
12. But not too hard of a DC for you, especially. You realize that this is the sound of hook horrors. These are tall beasts that are part vulture and part beetle in appearance. And you know that they communicate through the clacking of their appendages against rough, hard surfaces. So you guys start to stealth backwards. Everyone give me a stealth check.
And can I, before that, can I inspire
Riley or
Oni?
Agar?
I was gonna say Oni and Agar.
I have breastplate. I don't need it.
Okay, then Agar. And does Riley have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, then both, and you two.
Sweet.
Still not great though.
God damn it.
So roll your d8s as well.
Wow, that was bad.
Real bad.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't great.
Okay.
Are we just trying to stay here, stationary, and like let them go by? Is that what we're doing right now?
No, we're trying to get by.
You're trying to like stealth backwards out of sight.
So
And
we're
out of
trying
here.
to.
Yes, you're moving back,
We're
kind
retreating.
of away. Exactly, you're retreating from them.
Hmm.
Okay. Oni?
I rolled a total of 7.
All right.
9.
All right.
25.
8.
19.
All right. They definitely hear you.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You guys are
She rolled a 1. I know
you
it.
guys are moving backwards, and it's not the it's the subtlety of being underground, the fact that things tend to echo and reverberate, all the small movements, the clanging of armor against armor, and perhaps your shield banging into one of your weapons.
I mean,
Just
the moment I hear all this noise, can I cast silence, or am I too late?
so, I'll tell you what happens.
Okay.
You guys are stepping back, and right as you're backing up, retreating further and further into the cavern, you hear a number of these clicking type of sounds, and slowly emerging into sight, right in the hallway, as you guys were just about to go down, is this large creature, big with a hunched shoulder. It's got kind of an exoskeleton with smooth plates. Its face looks very vulture-like. There's a long hooked beak on it with thin beady eyes. The beady eyes seem to be just like dark, as if they were blind, just pure black. And they've got these long arms that don't end in hands. They end in these long hooks that are just bumpy and rugged and jagged, and they're using these hooks and banging them against the wall, banging them against the floor. Every once in a while they'll clack against themselves and against the floor. And they're clacking and they're slowly moving in this way. You guys back up, and there's a combination of Riley's shield clanging, Oni shifting a little bit, and even you, Agar, you just instinctually grasp your weapon. And that little bit of noise is enough to reverberate, and you hear the echoes of your movement grab their attention, and you see this one hook horror, right as it's about to cross and go all the way, it stops, and it turns its attention towards you all. And this is where you can cast silence if you want. At this point, this is kind of...
Sure.
You cast it like around your group?
Yeah.
Okay.
20-foot radius, I think.
Okay, you cast the spell immediately around you,
Yep.
and then the hook horror slowly begins moving
Towards us or away?
I'm gonna pick up a
in your
rock
direction.
and throw it behind the hook horror so that just like as far, I'm gonna yeet the fuck out of it as hard as I can behind it, so that it makes sound on the opposite.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Dex check.
So you can accurately throw the rock to where you want it to go.
You don't want to hit it in the face.
Alright, fair.
That'd be hilarious. You should do
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. 15.
15. Easy enough. This hook horn takes up a large amount of space, but it cling, 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 clacks off, and it turns around. And the combination of your silence spell and your causing the ruckus behind it diverts its attention, and it goes back. It kind of, with its hooks, it bats the rock around, and kind of dismisses it, and it continues walking. And as it walks past, there are 2 more of these large lumbering beasts walking by. And they just continue to walk
Away from us?
away from you all.
Hold out my fist to
Past
Azrael.
us.
What above it? Silence.
Do the... She looks at you with a knowing look,
I give her a thumbs up.
waits for the silence to drop. Well, you're not the stealthiest of a bunch, but perhaps you make up for it in cleverness.
Perhaps.
What a
Well
life.
done.
Sometimes.
We've lived this long.
Well done.
Yes. Children.
Let's pause. We don't want to run into them.
Okay.
We'll wait a little bit, let them go by, and we'll continue down our path.
Okay.
Short rest.
Sure.
Awesome.
After 30 minutes,
Roll some hit die.
you guys continue down from the direction that the hook horrors came. You guys continue traveling through this darkness. The hook horrors were the only creatures that you directly encountered, but after a point, Azrael stops. Goes, okay, 1 second. And she moves, she bends down, moves a boulder out of the way, and reaches through rock. Comes out, pulls out like a bag of stuff. She puts on her rucksack, puts it on, then takes a bunch of daggers and like starts sheathing them in her belt. So she takes a scimitar that's with this long, exquisitely made blade with a black engraving within it. She just sheaths that.
I'd like to
Did I get a
examine-
chance to see what the engraving said?
Probably an Elvish.
Well, give me a perception check.
14.
14. You can tell they're arcane ruins,
Okay.
some sort. She pulls out a few vials, starts putting them in pockets, a crossbow, and just some other small pouches and necks. Just kind of slowly assembles herself.
Oh shit.
I'd like to examine where she was pulling all that stuff out of. Like if it's an illusion or if it's something else that's happening.
It's an illusion.
Cool.
How are you gonna fight those big scary bug things if you didn't have all your weapons?
We would be fighting.
I'm not worried about moving stealthily alone. Moving stealthily with a group like you all, that bothers me.
That is reasonable.
I couldn't go to Ventar armed. It would have killed me on sight.
Probably, yeah. That was a good idea.
Yeah, they don't like you.
So, we're going to travel for another hour. We're going to make camp.
Okay, cool.
You guys travel for the hour. You duck off. As you're traveling, there are a number of different canals that come off the main pathway. And she, at times, just kind of takes a canal. At times, she doesn't. She seems confident in the direction she's going, but to you all, except for Agar, this is very disorienting. It's tough to tell which way is north at this point. But you guys make your way into this small cavern and begin to set up camp. for the evening.
They don't particularly like being underground.
Me either. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Hey, it's cool.
Well, we need to talk.
Again?
Okay. What do you mean? We always talk.
Well, if we're going to do this, we need cohesion as a group. And Felix, they don't trust you.
I don't blame him.
What are you hiding?
I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to become the person that I wasn't raised to be. I'm trying to become a person that thinks about other people. It's not something I'm really used to. I'm constantly like trying to twist my ring and then realizing it's not there.
Why is that hard? Thinking about other people, like you just they're around you. Then you don't even have to think; they're just there. Like people. There they are. They're thinking.
I just wasn't really raised that way. Everybody around me was.
Wolves?
No, they have
No.
packs. They act differently.
They were shitty most of the time. If anybody was ever talking to me, they just kind of wanted to use me for my talents, and I was trying to use them to get money to survive.
What do you mean talking to you? All you do is talk.
I know, but it's usually with some motive of gain.
As Felix is telling us this, I take a deep breath, kind of look out off into the distance, and then focus back on them. It's like relax a little bit.
I just, not that any of you might consider me a great friend, but I think you guys are about as close as I've come to a friendship.
I thought of you as a friend before.
Yeah, you weren't bad until you were shitty.
I thought of potential of it.
I've
Well-
kind of always been shitty.
Okay, well,
But-
you were not always shitty to us. And despite what Agar said before, you are reliable. If we are here, you will help. But in the cities, you are not reliable. This is what I said when we asked you to join us. Well, when we asked Elmeric for you to join us. And I still believe it is true. You are useful, you are helpful. And you have shown this before. But you are also a big problem.
Little problem.
No.
I'm not, though. I'll never do anything to put you all in danger.
We have a much easier time believing you, Felix, if you told us exactly what you did last night.
I did. I told you that I went to see Eleanor. I wanted to help her. You can zone of truth me if you need to.
That's tomorrow.
Okay. Then, look, I'm telling the truth. I went to see Eleanor. I wanted to help her.
How did you offer to help her? Help her with what?
Kaio. I know that she didn't like us talking about it, so I wanted to give her the sending parchment to, in case she ever got to the point where she wanted to talk about it, to the point where we might be able to help.
How does this save your life?
Because if I continue down this path, I don't see myself surviving much longer. I'm realizing now that I need friends to survive, I need to be a good person to have friends.
Did you decide that? And I pull out Wilbur's flask. Before or after you gave me this? Was this just a facade? Something to convince me to be your friend? Or was this genuine? I'm looking really intently at him.
Both. I want people to like me.
Make
But-
it hard.
I don't think so. I think he's great. Likeable anyway.
Like,
That's the problem.
I want you to like me. But it also helps if you like me.
That makes sense. I love Riley, but she is also helpful.
I'm not a great warrior. You know, if I go down here and you guys hate me, there's a decent chance that I don't make it back. So if I don't prove myself to be a decent person, I don't find some way to work my way into your good graces, which I'm not asking to go into right away. I get it. I gotta work for it. But, you know, if I go down here and you guys end up deciding to leave me behind, I don't see myself getting out. But I still came down here because I'm trying to be better. And I think being around you makes me better.
But, like, that's not how being a good person works.
Maybe that's how becoming a good person.
Well, no,
Well-
because he's saying, like, he wants us to like him and he wants to do good so that he doesn't die. That's still, like, selfish.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know how it works. How, like, being good. I never got it, you know?
Have you ever done anything selfless?
He heals us.
I mean,
That's
I've
what
done things that have helped people, but those things usually help me too. I mean, is there really such thing as a selfless act?
Aye.
I mean, I don't really think about that shit, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to be a good person, then you have to do things selflessly.
And that's why I wanted to run back there, and I wanted to, you know, even though I really was tired, and I really am tired now, I wanted to help, even if it meant that I was going to be exhausted the next day.
So, you went back to the Vale and you did nothing that will help you.
I mean, I went back to help Eleanor in the hopes of getting me on the right path to being a decent person.
Felix, will you allow us to question you under a zone of truth tomorrow?
Yes.
You said to me that you needed to do more than one thing, more than help Eleanor.
I did.
Oh, you all have a conversation?
We kept watch together. He tried to get my blessing of this.
You did say that.
I
Oh.
said no.
Did I say that?
You
Yes,
did
you
say
did
that,
say that,
motherfucker!
Yeah, you did.
You said it
Shit.
would save your life, and if it was to save your life, can it be forgiven? And I said yes, only by me, at the very least. I cannot speak for the others. So I understand how helping Eleanor saves your life in this way, or at least the way that you have described. But based on what you had said before, this is not what you're referring to.
Well, you all like to talk an awful lot
Yes,
and not say much.
only him.
So, we're going to take a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
If you indeed plan on questioning your friend, we'll do it first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm done with this for tonight.
Okay, can we continue to talk?
Quietly.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't make eye contact with me.
Sorry, I don't know how else to talk to people.
Are all men like this above ground?
What do you mean above? Are they not like this below ground?
No.
What are they like?
Our servants.
What? All men are servants?
Pretty much, they're the lower class.
Do I know this? Yeah, it's a bit different down here.
Why?
Because they're scum. They're inferior. They're only good for one, maybe two things.
What?
The two F's. Fighting and mating.
I don't know.
So is there only good for one thing in your world?
What is the other thing?
I'll explain it later.
I want like
We don't want to sully your pure mind.
I want like scoot on my butt over to her.
Love, help me.
What is love? Is it God?
Yes.
Okay.
As you're doing that,
Cool.
Riley, what are we doing?
We're getting information.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Riley,
What?
do you know all 26 ladders?
27.
27 ladders.
Do you know how to count to 27?
What's his intelligence score?
His intelligence
He has a
I think,
negative one.
Yeah, he has a -1.
Yeah, he can count to 27.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Aquila,
Wow.
I'm busy.
Honey,
Yes.
Riley's busy.
Yes.
He just sits down in front of you.
Thank you for letting me know.
I will walk over to Arquillo and give him my kobold statue that I pulled from the bag.
Oh.
So, here, I got this for you.
Oh, wow. Did you make a kobold into stone?
No.
He's
I
trapped.
What a backfire.
Oh,
It's a threat.
he's trapped.
No.
He's not. It's made of, I assume, wood. It's someone carved a statue, and they painted it and made it beautiful, and it reminded me of you, and I won it in a game.
Oh,
So now it's yours.
so I won it in a game.
Yes.
No, that's not right.
It's transitivity.
What?
What?
I'm gonna,
-1, Mike.
I'm gonna walk up to Felix.
You know the associative property too?
He has
Grab
inconsistent knowledge.
I'm gonna-
You won it in the wheelbarrow race.
I'm gonna walk up to Felix.
Thank you.
And in a quick swift motion, I'm just gonna turn over his arm, make a slight little cut on his arm, on his forearm, and taste his blood.
What?
Ow!
Does it taste normal?
What are you doing?
Fuck!
Tastes like a halfling's blood.
It tastes like a halfling's
This
blood.
is my favorite interaction ever.
Okay.
What is happening right now?
Oh, fuck!
Alright. I'm just gonna turn around.
What did you just do?
What the
Do your
fuck's
males
happening?
eat each other?
Not that I don't have that much experience, so
No. Not usually.
do you eat them?
Only if they deserve it.
Oh my god.
Do
Shit.
you cook them first?
Depends on the occasion.
Mm.
And
Why
and
did you do
and I'm
this?
gonna as I like am done tasting his blood or whatever, I'm gonna take some bandages from the healer's kit that Riley gave me and be like, just need it to make sure, mate.
Make sure of
start
what?
wrapping myself, like, make sure of what?
That he bleeds?
We know that.
He's nearly died multiple times.
I've got a taste for things.
Blood?
No.
Should we be concerned?
No.
Yes.
I needed to make sure you are what you say you are.
You can taste things that aren't what they say they aren't?
I've eaten a lot of things that I'm not happy I
Halfling?
ate. No.
You eat halfling?
No, I never ate halfling.
I stepped
Well, now you
far
have.
away from
But there's a very distinctive taste difference to a normal natural creature, a fae, a monstrosity, and all sorts of manner of beasts and whatnot.
Yeah, he tasted that dead prairie dog thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did taste that
That's
dead
true, yes,
prairie
he
dog
was a
thing.
gnoll. Or gnoll in the making.
Exactly. Thank
Hey,
you.
It's not
Just,
how that works.
like, a suggestion that, you can tell what things are without eating them. Because, like...
Well, if you're an indication, and he's any indication, and he's any indication, things are not always what they appear, are they?
What did I do?
You did the magic thing that makes things look like they're not there. Or are there that are not actually there. And he changed an entire fucking species. You know how different they are. So,
Do you think you taste like a tiefling when you change into one?
I've never thought about that. Probably not, because it is illusion.
Hey, we should probably figure out watches because I think she's going to bed.
Well, she'll take the last watch, I'm sure. You don't
I'll accept
require
it.
much
Shady
sleep,
shit
yes?
just happens.
I'll take the first watch.
4 hours.
Okay, yes, that's half of what we require. Okay.
I will take off my pack and just leave it in the center of the room. So feel free to rifle through all my personal effects.
I'm actually going to go and overturn it.
What about that thing on your back?
I should.
No,
No.
I never saw the tattoos, did I?
it's not a tattoo.
You know, like, when you got into a lot of trouble in the brothel and you ran out all naked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was rough times.
that.
Wait, what? That happened?
Yes, he was nearly dead, stabbed a lot,
Oh, Christ.
but full of lube.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that. Huh.
And completely
Where is
naked,
it?
with brand of hourglass on his back.
Yeah, what's that?
What?
Oh, just when you go to Bard College, you get into weird fraternities, and you get in too deep. It's fucking weird.
What fraternity were you in?
The hourglass.
Yeah, it's time stop. And so it's when you like the whole point of it is just like you get so fucked up, the time gets all disoriented. It was just man, it was wild, but I don't recommend it.
Okay, I'll ask you again tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
Branding's not uncommon in groups of people that I've met.
your watches go.
Hang on. First of all, did you actually dump out his pack?
Yeah, I did. I did about his back.
What was in it?
All right.
Okay, I'll make it easier. Was your arcane focus in the pile?
His pan flute?
No, it's attached to my hip.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Then
I don't care about the other stuff.
Okay.
Does anyone
I do.
else? Okay.
Yeah. Compass, my origami dragon,
Aw.
small pouch, which Sebastian you recognize to have my dice in it. A bunch of downers, a satchel of spice, thieves' tools, explorer pack, pipe fruit, the shard of Fenrir, stitching frame, gargoyle statue, black ink, red pebble,
Okay. Alright, we're good.
and a small diary of failed arcane experiments.
Okay.
Oh, and a small token. It's got a smiley face on it, and small token of a smiley face, and a bunch of just large text documents. Closely examined, they are.
I'm not closely examining
They're
him.
what?
promises of payment for gambling debts.
Do you still have the rose?
It's the nat 20 rose that Riley made me.
Do you mind if I borrow the Diary of Arcane Experiments Gone Wrong?
Of course.
Thank you.
I mean, I didn't read through any of that stuff, so unless you guys rifled through it, we wouldn't know that those are payment stuff.
I'll look through it too. I mean, it's there.
I put it haphazardly back in, and I hand him his pack. Thanks, mate.
Of course.
Watches go undisturbed.
I want to try to pickpocket his arcane focus while he's asleep.
Okay. It's gonna be very obvious.
That's why I took first watch.
that he doesn't have it with him,
It's fine.
or that like
Doesn't seem to matter.
like he'll know.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check. I assume you're using mage hand or just your physical hand?
Probably mage hand.
Mage hand? Okay. Sleight of hand check. What's your passive, Felix?
12.
Well, he's asleep.
25.
Still's passive though.
Okay.
Oh, really?
During your watch,
I think it should
with Felix asleep, you weave your hands into the air. An invisible hand appears, and you deftly maneuver it, pick it off his side, and bring it to yourself.
I don't know if I can do this, but I'd like to try to put it in the bag of holding.
You can just toss it in there.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Riley, you have the bag.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sneakily do it, or are you just gonna let Riley know?
I'm assuming we're all asleep for this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's his watch.
Yeah, which is why I'm asking if
I'd like to try to sneakily do it first.
Okay.
Passive 14, right?
Another
13.
sleight of hand to get it in the bag of holding without Riley knowing.
You can prepare a little spell.
Is that cocked?
I don't know this.
No, it's good.
That's not
Hold
Yeah,
on.
good.
you're fine.
Yeah, it's good.
26?
Fuck me, dude. 26.
Into the bag of
Double
holding.
my passive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Alright.
Sorry, I'll crack my elbow.
Did anyone else want to take a watch?
I mean, we take watches, but
You all wake up the next morning to very stern-faced Azrael, who's just been with you all for less than a day and is just up to her nose in bullshit.
We should invite her permanently.
no, I don't really like it.
Well,
Interrogation time.
let's deal with this, find out what's going on with the halfling, behead him if we have to, and continue on our way.
I don't think we should behead him.
I vote not to do that.
I agree.
Well,
We'll put it to a vote.
you get half a vote.
Sneakier than most of us. He is probably the most useful for your mission. Or Sebastian. Not sure.
Well, he's only useful to me if you all can trust him.
Oh, okay.
I agree entirely.
Zone of truth, please. Is this part of ritual?
It's not true.
Okay. Are you choosing to fail, Felix, or no?
Yeah, I'll let it go. Oh, I did get my full rest though, right?
Yes, you did get your full rest.
Awesome.
Do you notice your pamphlet's gone?
I probably, yeah, I would. Like, I'd probably reach down instinctively for it. Shoot eyes right up at Sebastian. Just get fast. Also, I will take off my my rapier and dagger and such and set it aside.
Okay.
We're not afraid of your pointy weapons.
I'm a little bit afraid of him.
No, you shouldn't be.
Well,
Can
Our friend
everybody
seems
ask?
impatient.
Everybody can ask questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
when you begin to cast this, Azrael backs away out of the corner of the cavern.
We'll get to you later.
Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can push your luck.
That's what I do best.
Shut up.
No, don't shut up.
Now answer their questions.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Is that hourglass on your back? Did you tell the truth yesterday?
No.
When you went to the town, to the Vale, and told us what you did you tell the truth yesterday?
Yes.
Did you tell us everything you did?
I mean, every single detail. I didn't tell you about every step that I took, or
Felix, what did you do to save your life? What did you mean?
well, I told the truth. I'm trying to be a better person.
Yes, but that is not what you meant when you told me before.
That keeps me alive.
Okay.
What actions and steps did you take practically to ensure that your life would not end anytime soon or in the far future? Relevant to the actions you took that night. I want, like, a play-by-play, please. We'll start easy. Easy. Who did you meet?
Besides Eleanor and Kaio.
Right. Okay, I went back into the house of that blacksmith that helped you out.
Mm-hmm.
What business did you have with him?
We slept together.
Well, you know,
Oh,
we
yeah, that's
started a
right.
bit of a relationship
I
together.
do remember that. What did you do with him that night?
I mean, nothing much worth mentioning. Just,
Oh, I
You
think
know-
that's not true.
I mean, you shied away from my graphic details before.
Yes.
I went into his house. You know, you need more than that.
How
Alright.
does that save your life?
Circumstances are different, mate. So, come on, out with it.
Felix, I said it is not good to hold the secrets in.
Yeah, secrets are bad.
Is there any reason why you are not telling us all of the truth?
By
Yes.
the way,
Yes.
I've started a timer. Zone of Truth
Okay,
lasts
okay.
10 minutes. You have 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is a reason I'm not telling the whole truth.
Why are you not telling us the whole truth?
Because I'm not ready for that truth to be in the world yet. I'm not ready for.
The world does not wait for you to be ready. Sometimes it takes away what you love, sometimes it puts you in positions you don't like. I don't like the world we live in right now. That is why I'm trying to make it better. I was not ready for anything that happened to me, or those around me. So I need you to answer. Honestly. Entirely. Honestly.
If you're just trying to wait it out, I can cast this again.
I believe you. Can you take me at my word?
No.
No.
The truth, that regardless of what I do, nothing that I can do will put you in danger.
No.
Because that's not true.
That's already a falsehood.
Yeah,
you
that-
already did things that
that's-
put us in danger.
That's not a possible thing.
Evidently he
Nothing
believes
that
it.
I did, nothing in relation to what I did last night could ever put you guys in danger.
That's not the question, though, is it?
Felix, I'll ask a more specific question. There was one night that I followed you after your bar situation, and you were copulating with a friend,
You
I suppose. What did you say to that person to convince them to do that with you?
I flirted with him.
That wasn't the question. What did you say?
I don't.
Quotation
remember.
marks.
I said something along the lines of like, "You're attractive, and I want to see you naked." I was tipsy and flirty.
I didn't see you say anything. Not
Yeah,
at
show
least,
him a
not at
message.
least verbally.
No, I showed him a message.
And what was that message?
What did the message say?
I don't remember. It was something like, being honest here, it was something flirty. Something like, "Hey, you're cute. I like your beard." I haven't seen a dwarf like you in these parts for a while.
Did you-
He was tipsy too.
Did you charm him?
Not
Like-
magically.
That's fine. Are you, in fact, a bardic ambassador appointed by King Bar Pitt of the Emerald Isles to presume the mission of sending up allegiances across the land?
Yeah. Well, might get fired soon, but so far, right? Yeah.
What's the hourglass mean? Who gave it to you? No, you didn't do that yourself. It's on your back.
It's very difficult for that to happen, yes.
Can't tell you that.
Can't or won't?
No. If I tell you that, I don't see myself getting out of here.
Okay, I'll tell you a little something. We had the guy on our ship who couldn't swim. He kept saying about, you're not a great warrior. It doesn't take a great warrior to be successful and helpful to a party, just like it doesn't take somebody who knows how to swim or not to be successful and helpful to a ship. But I trusted that man with my life.
TikTok, motherfucker.
Aye.
4 minutes.
Yeah, that's the point. Come on.
Why will you not leave here if you tell us about the hourglass?
Because I don't know that you'll understand my situation.
Do you have anything to do with the current warring states of Raglothia?
No.
Then tell me what the hourglass. Does it have anything to do with the current warring states of Raglothia?
No.
Then tell me about the hourglass.
Do you want to just tell Oni?
I don't want to tell anyone.
It's not about what
something
you
I'm
want.
proud of.
This is...
Was
You
it
see-
voluntary?
No.
Then why
It's a
would we be
reminder
mad
of the
at you?
mistake that I made.
Did you make a deal with someone?
Yeah.
Do you work for them or do you serve them?
Not willingly.
If you made deal,
Are
that
they,
is sort of willingly.
Are they like us? Humanoid?
Will us finding out about the hourglass put us in danger?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't want to risk it though.
Good enough for me. Tell us about the hourglass. Who gave it to you?
I don't think they'd be very happy.
I don't
Me.
think I'd be very happy not knowing.
You're stronger, guy. I believe in your abilities as a fighter. Probably better than most that I've seen in life. But this is something that would merit fear from you.
Well, if
Was it a demon?
I think I've probably said a bit much already.
That you've said less than we care to hear.
Yeah,
Which
you
is the point of this.
basically avoided it. Most of the things that we've asked you. How's our time?
wait, but if
Is there any
1 minute, 30
is
seconds.
there any light? Is there a bonfire?
Yeah.
I kick it out. I make it as completely dark.
You stamp it out.
I can see.
It's darkness.
It's for
Tell
his
us, or we're
purposes.
gonna leave you here in the darkness.
I light a torch.
Can I stop him from lighting a torch?
No, let him light a torch.
Probably.
You guys can do a contested grapple check.
I don't understand how this is supposed to gain your trust because, like, you're traveling with some weird hourglass thing that's, like, pretty probably evil-ish, maybe, and, like, we're supposed to just let you follow us as if that's not a big deal.
Is the hourglass relevant to what you did in the Vale? That you're
Yes.
not telling us about?
Do you
Yes.
absorb energy by having sex with people?
I mean, it makes me pretty happy, but there's no tangible gain other than mood.
Does Bard know about this?
No.
20 seconds.
Are you using Bard as a means to whatever your other mission is?
No. Being an ambassador is truly a means to me achieving my life goal.
If you were us, would you let us let you travel with us?
As she finishes that sentence, you feel the compulsion to tell the truth leave you. And you're aware of this.
If, under a zone of truth, you told me that it could never affect me, it could never harm me, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't feel great about it, but I wouldn't leave you.
Felix, I want to trust you. I do. You are a joyous person to be around. But if you want us to trust you, you have to trust us. And perhaps for your purposes, that is sufficient, however much trust you have in us. But it is not enough for us. You must meet us at our mark, not yours.
I do trust you.
I know, but you want us to trust you.
Trust is a two-way street, mate.
Exactly.
I have an
Hold on.
idea. It's kind of like a trust fall. Do you think if you die, that this thing will go away?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Would you like to try?
I don't know.
I'll pinky swearsies I'll bring you back to life.
She holds those to be very important.
Well, now, hold on. This is a bit much.
This is Felix's decision.
DM, am I feeling anything in this conversation?
Feeling anything?
Externally?
No.
Okay.
You get a really sweet tattoo out of it.
I instinctively put my hand on where my tattoo is now. My paper dragon.
I will remind you, revival does require a roll.
Quite a few, if I recall correctly.
I'm aware.
Okay.
You're a gambling man.
Ooh! Yes!
Riley.
Yes!
I don't understand why you're not telling us. If it doesn't put us in danger, then what's the harm of us knowing?
Will it hurt you if you tell us? Would it put you in danger if we know?
It might.
Well, the last question you answered out of the zone of truth was that if you knew it wouldn't harm us, then you would be fine with it. But you don't know that. Hence why we're asking.
I know that if I keep it a secret, everything's fine. I've been doing it for years.
That's like...
I don't believe
Yeah,
you.
but how it works out.
What is it?
If you know that,
The deal with the devil.
I don't see you guys keeping me around.
Do you want to keep doing it?
So, if you're...
No, I would give anything to not do it.
So,
don't
back to
understand.
my original question.
If you don't like the deal, you did not choose this deal originally, you don't want to continue doing this deal, but you are stuck doing this deal, why is it your fault? Why would we keep you away? I don't understand. You seem like victim.
Furthermore, if you think that we wouldn't keep you around for not telling us, what makes you think that for telling us? What makes you think we want to keep you around for not telling us? That puts us in more danger. If we know, at the very least, we know what we're dealing with.
No. If I don't tell you, you don't have to face the possibility of danger. If you
Yeah.
do know, and the danger presents itself, because I've told you, I don't see any of us surviving that.
I've lived a very long time. Danger will come whether you like it or not.
Yes, a guy will, but there are dangers we are not prepared for.
I agree. Like Renkan.
We can never be prepared for every eventuality.
I understand that. But
You'd be like real cool, like a fireball. You could be blown up.
I suddenly start thinking about Robin again, and the time I died, and be like, besides, I've already died once. Come on, out with it.
Is this stuff still in a pile on the floor?
No.
No, I put it back in his bag. And it's the next morning, so. Do I notice his pan flute is missing?
He pointed it out earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he spoke about it, so.
I'm still constantly just
What's that?
trying to twist my ring.
So is my alignment changing?
I take the ring out of the pocket pouch in my chest, and I flick it to him.
I hopefully catch it and just very quickly put it back on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have your ring back.
Thank you.
Trust begets trust.
I'm trying to do the thing that I think will protect.
We've heard that.
everyone.
Answer the question.
We can protect ourselves, and if
We
we haven't
can't.
proven anything, we
Not
can protect
from
you
this.
too. Was
Sorry,
it a
you-
demon?
Okay.
Tell me, yes or no. Was it a demon? Yes. Then in that case, it is fine. Keep the
You can hear
secret.
you.
He can hear us.
Keep the secret. It is fine.
He can hear us? Look, asshole! Just
Right.
tell us what's going on.
Stop. I
Right.
wouldn't.
Demons are not something. Felix is right.
Felix, does he make you hurt people? Is that why we can't know?
Not. No.
Do what you can to do better for the things that you can control.
Do I believe do I believe the demon? Do I believe the demon part? Like, do I see that he's earnest in that?
I sure shit do.
You can do
Insight.
an insight check. Hold on, Chris. Let me
13.
message you, Chris. One
Okay.
second. Should I clarify?
Yeah, clarify.
Why don't you clarify?
Okay. So which retcon?
Yeah.
Devil, not a demon.
Devil, not a demon.
Oh, that's different.
That makes more sense actually, because devils are more.
Lawful.
Yes. Either way, I understand the position. Don't tell us.
I just
Felix
want to
is
know
right.
what you do to people so it doesn't happen to me.
If you got the offer, you would know.
Offer.
See, that doesn't actually answer the question.
Is the
Okay.
offer required?
Yes. I've never had anyone who didn't agree to it.
Offer me.
You've never had anyone who didn't agree to it?
Offer me.
Agree to what?
Nope.
That's the key. I'm not. I just sit down. I'm not moving until I know that.
I look at the
Do you
drow.
realize that you are risking your life by even asking the question?
Sure.
I probably put all of your lives in danger by admitting anything.
Then why would we keep you with us? I don't understand. Like, if you don't tell us, then we don't want you to be with us. If you did tell us, then we don't want you to be with us. So, like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
This position that he is in, I cannot blame you. Those creatures are...
I start crying at that.
You start crying?
At him saying that he has some form of an understanding.
He pulls his hat down slightly to try and obscure the tears.
I know magic because Master O'Malley taught me magic. He only started going into necromancy to try and bring back his dead wife. She died because a demon attacked. I was there. He saved me and not her. Those creatures are beyond anything I have ever seen. If this is the position he is in, we should not bother him for this.
Is that why Karen hates him?
Yes. The demon killed pretty much an entire town. Very few people got away. Master O'Malley became somber. I learned. Karen was not happy. She left, blamed him. And I went with her to make sure she was okay. And Master O'Malley went to find a different way to fix everything. But I have seen a lot of death. Usually people I love. Melody was wonderful. And the town that we were in was nice. Demon showed up, and like nothing, everything died. If this is the position he is in, I say we leave it be.
But it's not a demon, it's a devil.
They are at war with each other. If I can contend with demon, I am as strong as demon. Devil, same thing. Or so the myths say. Then again, I found story about blight in fiction. So what do I know?
Well, how do I know he won't use his devil charge against me or whatever? That's my concern.
Yeah, so
And I barely know this man.
You have to accept offer.
He said no one's ever refused.
Then you know
Oh,
to refuse.
No, I've had people refuse.
Oh.
Saying I've never affected anyone who didn't agree.
Is that what you said?
I think that's
Yeah,
what
I
he meant.
understood that nobody's ever refused.
The meaning he meant to convey that got lost
Yeah.
was he's never done it without consent.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
So you know that if you hear that offer, you
I need to
decline.
know the offer. What
Right,
if it's
so
like,
make us
here's
the
some
offer.
water? Or how about a handshake?
Can you,
I need to know what it is.
Make us the offer.
Shake.
Can you make the offer multiple times? To
Yeah.
the same person?
But again, knowing you knowing it, I don't know that. For one, I don't know that you'll be able to look at me again, or you'll keep me around.
Make me the offer. Do it in secret if you need to.
Dwarf's a gambling man.
Why
Dwarf's
is,
an experienced man.
Make
What
him the
makes-
offer.
what makes it so good?
It just
Devils are very powerful.
I take steps to get right in his face. Do it!
I step back. And
At this point, Azrael presses her back against the wall and just slides down into
Watching the show, huh?
on her butt and just crosses her arms and just like fascinated, utterly fascinated.
and
Shoot me the message, motherfucker.
what if?
Don't worry about what if. Just do it. Come on.
What if it? No.
Hey, wait, seriously though, like if we knew what made it so appealing, then we could pick the one of us who it was least appealing to, and then you can offer it to them.
That's why I'm saying offer it to me.
But you don't know what it is. Maybe it's most appealing to you. Maybe it's like a harem full of beautiful dwarf ladies. You don't know.
Offer
think
to
he
the
likes
leader.
those.
She hates you already. And you hate her, so let
I
your
know,
mutual
but-
hatred help.
I'll take your downers.
Help me out of here, they're yours. Look, you're not gonna look at me the same way.
I don't.
I don't look at you the same way right now.
That's fine. The fact that you're not trying to kill me, I'm okay with that.
I've met many, many people, and I've forgiven a lot of things, and I've done things I'm not proud of. We've gone over this. Tell me.
Yeah,
Come
I've
on.
done things I'm not proud of either, but it's a different level of shame.
So I'm like a
Isn't
holy
something-
woman. You should tell me because like I'm resistant to devils.
Yeah, confession is good for you.
It's not something that can be forgiven.
Do it.
So holy.
The dwarf wants it. Give it to him.
It seems, Felix, in the context of, I understand it is difficult for you to make, or rather to blame you, but if this is a message that you have, or offer that you have made to multiple people, they don't know that they are going to receive it until they do. We know. So if anything, this situation is more permissible than any before. You should do it.
Yes. But when you know the
Do
things
it.
that I've done, knowing what I've done, I don't think you'll want to be around me anymore.
Do it.
If
How about
that-
this? The Dragonborn seems to be a man of honor. Do you all consider yourself as honorable as the Dragonborn?
Not even close.
Nope.
No.
That is a shock to me.
Well, if he tells you,
Mhm.
will you protect him unconditionally?
As
I see.
long as I am able to still save Raglothia, I can agree to this.
There you go. You've got your bodyguard.
Can I stay
Yes.
amongst you,
Yes.
knowing that I have done the worst things imaginable and will need to continue to do so?
Yes. If that Balor had done whatever the case would have been for any person there, in the same way that you are dealing with this, not one of us would have been able to resist it. We would have been stuck. It is more than anything else I have ever seen. So yes. That being said, if Riley chooses to fight you, I will be a shield, but I will not fight her.
Felix, if it helps, it's not that I blame you for any of it. Right now I just fear you, which I find much, much worse. And regardless of what you did, I won't blame you, but I would prefer not to fear you.
If I tell Oni and he says that I'm safe, will you trust me without knowing?
Nope.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I trust Tony.
Thank you. I trust all of you too.
If you think that I'm safe,
Mm-hmm.
can you keep it a secret?
Yes. I will keep your secret.
Okay. I shoot Oni my special message.
You cannot because I got your thing.
That's true.
Wait, do I need?
An arcane focus to do it?
Pass message.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
only if it
Yeah,
requires
I
a
do
material
need it for
component.
that.
I think it does.
Okay,
Okay,
it does.
I will ask for it. I'll need my arcane focus for this.
Tell me first.
Clever man.
Damn it, Sebastian!
If it makes you feel better, I give him paper and a pen. You can write it down. I'll eat the paper after you write it.
Well, all right. So I turn to Azrael
Uh-huh.
and say, "Sorry, without my arcane focus, this is probably going to take about an hour or two." So I go digging into my pack, and I grab one of the contracts that is one of the promissory notes of gambling debt, and I hand it to Oni to start reading through.
So it's like an illusory script situation?
Depending on where this all goes, I might need you all to leave the room,
That's fine.
except for Oni.
That's fine. I'm cool with it.
Well, let me put it this way. This is what I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll see it, and then he's going to respond to you verbally.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Just so you know, it's a 23-page document that I actually have, if you want to actually read through it. But
I don't want to actually read through
You
23
wrote
pages
this?
Yeah.
of...
I mean, I stole it from, the legal website, but yeah.
Look, we don't have hours to kill. This happens now. This doesn't happen at all.
Alright, so
I'll need my flute for this.
if you could just cast message, was this solve like a lot of things?
Give him the flute.
Yeah.
Okay, I give him a copper wire from my scale mill.
Ooh.
Okay. Then yes, I will cast Oni my special message, but I would need privacy to read that message out loud.
I need you all to leave the room.
Let's go.
No, it's gonna be recorded.
But you're not gonna
Yeah, but
watch.
we're not gonna watch it.
It's gonna be on the internet.
But you
But
three
we
are
will
not gonna
watch
watch
it.
it.
You guys won't know.
We won't know.
Which is
That's the
apparently
important
all
thing.
that
Let's
matters.
go. Come on.
I'm going. I can't get
Let's
out when you're
do it.
fucking walking behind me.
Alright, just close the door behind you.
Oh, man.
If Peter, if you could hold back the tarp for the door.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Sorry, I got it.
We'll put music on over here.
Cool.
Okay, let me just switch music.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Better not tell anybody.
I won't.
I love you, buddy.
Yeah, I love you too.
Go ahead.
So I start bending the copper wire, whispering into it. Your sweetest dream or dark desire, the things you want, you will acquire. No wish too big, no want too strong, just come my way and heed my song. For I have power words can't sell. Lifelong desire I can quell. Come join me now and take a glance at your new life brought on by chance. Don't miss your chance, I won't ask twice. Come live your dream and roll the dice. And you can see the contract will start revealing a very simple one-page contract. Mechanical terms.
Mhm.
You play me in a game of portholes. If you lose, your soul belongs to a devil named Mastaro.
Okay.
And if you win, you receive a wish.
Mm.
And for context, that means you can end the blight in Raglopia today.
Point of clarification. How much do I know about the venture south from... Do I know that this was 100 years ago
Mm-hmm.
on that venturing south?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know that something special like this was passed on?
No.
Okay.
There is also, if you do play, you are magically unable to ever discuss it.
But if I don't, I can.
Yes.
Interesting.
basically, if you sign, you are forever bonded to secrecy, regardless of the situation.
Do you want to elaborate any more on the contract?
I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Okay.
Am I forgetting anything?
I'll message you while Peter thinks.
Okay.
But Andy Blight. That is also
How
why
many-
I'm here.
Don't take it.
Hmm. Well, Felix, if it makes you feel any better, and I suppose I'm replying in message.
Yeah.
You are not actually doing anything here. In this context. I will not accept this offer. I am in the underdark to save Vintar so that I can then save Raglothia. Although I understand that this may help quite a bit. If there is some sort of life beyond this, the whole purpose of saving Raglothia is so that everyone can live like we did in Concrescence. I hope to do that with my family again someday. If I belong to the devil, I cannot do this.
Right.
So I will not accept your offer.
Good. I don't typically lose.
Yes, I've seen
No,
you gamble.
This is the part I was afraid of.
Okay,
I have to do this once a month.
once a month. Okay. You can ask me as many times as you like. I will never tell you yes.
I know, but I have to get a yes.
From someone.
I owe one soul every month.
What if you don't?
I don't know. I'm too scared to find out.
If he can hear everything, then he knows you tried.
I
Well,
don't think he'd care if I
Yes.
tried or failed.
I suppose devils of that caliber aren't necessarily the most understanding. Well, Felix, it is not something that you have control over exactly. It is unfortunate. I will look into it for you.
I wouldn't recommend it.
That is
I
okay.
don't think that Masaru will be forgiving.
Well, Lazaro can hear you and be around you, but not me. Or at least not in the same way. Other than that, I'm sure you're not the only one. So perhaps his attention is a bit split.
I
Do
hope
not
so.
worry, Felix. I understand the predicament you are in. To the best of my ability.
In tears, I will drop the copper wire and just hug Oni's leg.
I'll pick him up.
Your large, long-brimmed hat with its multicolored feather kind of bends and falls off your head, the feather detaching from the hat as you embrace his legs, and then Oni picks you up into his arms. Anything else before I call the others back in?
I think that's everything. Oh, Oni, sorry. Wait. Am I allowed to talk about Felix's contracts?
Yep.
Or is Felix allowed to talk about his own contracts?
Mm-hmm.
I reaped the head of the Itoji family,
Okay.
and so
A
that's
Toji
kind of
Rainier.
another reason for them to hate us.
Hmm.
And I didn't want to do it, but she begged me to. Eleanor.
Well, it seems like it was her choice. A poor choice. But elves, they live a long time. So perhaps she will be satisfied with the life that she led here. I do
don't
not
think she
have that
was.
luxury. It is okay, my
I'm
friend.
sorry. It's not okay, and I'm sorry.
It is not exactly up to you either way. You can only present the offer.
I know.
It is okay, my friend. It is profoundly unfortunate. And yet, you have to suffer seeing every single one who says yes. So perhaps doing this, as terrible as it is, and you experiencing every single one, is sort of your penance.
It's all my fault.
I believe you. But if you still feel guilty, then it does not seem inappropriate to call it such anyway. But if I were you, I don't think that I would be... Well, I guess I really don't know. That type of situation is a bit much. I will look into it for you. I know you don't want me to, but I will.
I don't want him to hurt you.
Well, you should not have asked me to defend you then.
Just tell them that I'm not a threat to them.
I agree.
Everything that I have to do won't affect them. That's all. Just, we can leave it at that.
Okay. I told you that I would keep your secret.
Thank you. I don't think they understand. I don't think they forgive me.
Well, I'm not sure. But I suppose we won't exactly find out either.
Thank you.
It is fine. I trust you.
I just...
Don't do it to anyone I love.
promise.
Okay.
Can you stick your head out to summon the others?
All right, y'all.
That's summon the others.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Wow, you guys went through 23 pages very quickly.
We didn't go through 23 pages.
Except the turn condition.
We went. Yeah. We went through the Cliff Notes version. It was quite rhymey. It was delightful.
Alright, roll for initiative.
The most delightful selling your soul contract I've ever heard.
Couldn't agree more.
So I'll scooch a little bit that way.
So is Oni evil now?
Oh, Oni could never be evil. He's lawful good, man.
You guys witness a telepathic communication between Oni and Felix, which ultimately results in Felix breaking down even more, running to Oni's feet, hugging him around the knees, his hat falling off, his quill falling out of his hat, Oni picking him up, embracing him a little bit. They exchange a few more words, And then Oni takes Felix and just puts him on his shoulder. And that's where you guys currently are.
He is with us. We can trust him.
Can we trust you?
Did you accept the deal?
Yes. It is a good deal. Well, not really, but it is certainly tempting.
To clarify there, you said yes, they can trust you, no to the deal.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, we got
Oh.
that. We got that.
Okay.
I took the deal. You can't trust me.
I have not changed in any way, shape, or form.
Does the deal stand for life? Like,
Well, I assume
Yeah.
the offer is always there.
No, I think you would
Yes.
have to make me the offer again.
I mean, just ask if you ever want it, but
I will not.
I don't want you to take it.
I appreciate that.
Felix, with what frequency must you make these deals?
More than he would like.
Yeah.
I mean, we're down here in a cave system where the only people around you is us. I'm a little bit concerned.
Well, the Underdark is filled with, populace.
You make deals with those beetle things?
They look over to Azrael. Like, we've been going to a city, right, with people to speak to.
You're going to a city filled with drow and
Yeah.
various slaves of theirs.
oh hey, like if you just want to become the third family, make a deal with him.
Now, here's...
I don't know what it entails.
Me neither. I just assumed that's possible.
It is.
Oni,
Yes.
is this deal really as horrible as he makes it out to be? Do people suffer accepting this deal? Is it a negative thing for those accepting?
It depends on what you want.
Felix, do we need to go find a bunch of, bad people for you to make deals with? Or good people to make deals with?
Bad people would be better.
Bad people?
I think that
Like criminals?
better,
Yes.
I think it's
Definitely
better left in my hands.
I also agree with that, yes.
I think that the less you're involved, the safer everybody is.
Okay, so
I don't particularly think that, but it makes sense.
beads are cool. Well,
We can walk and talk now.
you trust him?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Can we get his arcane focus, please?
He's gotta earn it back.
He needs to use it to
Give it back to him.
We need him to be able to heal and such. What if we encounter danger? He is useless like this. No offense.
He can't use the wire?
Give it
That
back
will
to
only his
him.
message.
I'm just saying, my deal still stands too, and do you want me to make a contract?
No. You do not want to do that.
I'm scared to die.
Do what?
Make a deal.
No, like my deal.
The one where we kill him and
And then bring him back
back.
to life. Hopefully. Probably.
I don't know where I'm going after I die.
Like, in the ground, or what do you mean?
I'm scared to die.
We're all scared to die.
Yes. But he made deal with Devil.
I don't know if I'm scared to die anymore.
Okay, well, we can have this philosophical conversation when we're not in a scary underground cave systems. That's kind of cool too.
Yes, it would be most useful if he had his arcane focus.
Alright, well then I will direct questions to you before I give it to him.
Okay.
Does he kill people?
No.
Okay.
Unless they want it. But no.
Okay. That was cryptic but informative as well. Does he need to do this all the time? Or is it occasional?
Not all the time. It is occasional.
Okay.
He will not do it to you.
And if he fails to do this thing, what happens to him specifically?
He does not know.
Okay.
But he is messenger. That is all.
Are there others like you, Felix?
I don't know.
Probably.
Okay. Well, I guess
I hope not.
that's good enough. I go to the bag of holding and take out the pan flute. And I walk it over to him.
Take it. Thank you.
Yes.
Just tie it back to my hip.
No, Chiro. I need you to be joyous again. Off into the darkness that I do not like.
So, are we cohesive now?
I am.
Mostly.
Sure. But you
Will
hate
is.
men's. That's not very cohesive.
It is certainly not
That's a good point.
We're like
mostly that.
numbers are Riley.
80%.
80% men.
That's what I say.
It's wrong though.
I know. It's unfortunate.
It's not so bad.
They count for less, so it's not quite 80%. Now, into the dark we go. And she starts walking off into the tunnels.
As do I.
I'll keep Felix on my shoulder. You may sprawl on my head and I'm seeing through her eyes.
You guys walk in mostly silence, in almost complete darkness, except for the light emanating from Riley's fun buns.
Covered by a hood.
After a couple of hours, I need you all to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Well, shit.
Oh god, this is
I
a
am very
fucking
bad
demon.
at those.
It's not a demon.
Well, so I rolled a 3. We needed to roll above, what, a 1?
Wait, don't tell us yet.
17.
This being a gnome.
I'm gonna not use my die. 16?
Yikes.
What's a D6?
Scary.
Yeah,
Hold on a second.
scary is right.
These cave lions?
Yeah, I was just tired in here.
Do I recognize the sound?
They have a
You
cave troll.
don't hear it.
Oh, we don't hear it.
Oh, I hear it.
It's invisible.
So I rolled a 4, and I have a -1.
Who rolled lowest?
More than likely, honestly, unless any of you rolled a 1.
I got a 13.
Roll
It's
for
the
our
same Critical Role soundtrack.
Yes.
You guys are walking, and you're walking for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you realize Oni's not there.
Oh,
Oni,
shit.
you've disappeared.
Well,
Did
I was
know
on
this
him.
too?
What'd you say?
I was on him.
Yeah, he was on his shoulder.
It would only you would fall to the ground.
Wait,
When it happens,
So, like,
Oni blinks out of existence.
oh,
Quick
shit.
question. Just because spells. If this is a banishment spell, I believe it's a charisma saving throw.
No.
Okay, cool. Just for
No.
my sake.
So
Either way, that would have been
Oni
a 5.
Oni disappears, just out of existence. Felix, you're currently riding his shoulder. You fall about 7 feet straight on your ass,
Fuck.
and you guys turn around to Felix, going "fuck" and seeing no Oni.
I'm throwing a spear right next to his head.
Clatters off into the
Please
into
don't
the
blame me.
cave.
Please don't blame me. Please don't blame me.
What did
What
you,
the fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything. Where'd he go?
Azrael
Damn it.
looks back.
What is this?
He says, "Oh shit, we have to hurry. Your
What?
friend's life depends on it."
What?
And she starts sprinting down the cavern.
Fine, I'll follow.
Sprinting ahead.
Follow. Shit, I can't see
As
anything.
fast as she can, or slow enough for everyone else to keep up?
She's running enough to keep you guys like in sight.
Okay, I will keep up with her
Oh,
then.
yeah, we're going.
I'm grabbing
Felix.
Felix.
We can run
Thank
as
you.
fast as you.
You guys run the same speed.
You guys
Yeah.
are
She can double dash.
running, sprinting down the
Oh yeah, he's
caverns,
faster than me.
moving, following her
Same speed.
through turns, making turns left, right, moving away. Oni.
Yeah.
You find yourself
Mm-hmm.
in a large almost what appears to be a conservatory with leaves moving over one another, and a large shrub in the middle that's like kind of moving and shifting, spiraling a little bit with the leaves. And it's sunny. There's a nice breeze. And the smell in the air matches the smell of Vintar. You have that same feeling of like thin air in sort of elevation. But there's a moistness, a dampness to the air that wasn't present in Vintar.
Instinctually, I'm going to disguise myself as a tiefling.
As you turn into a tiefling, from above you, you feel a series of tentacles try and grab onto you.
I'd like to fight back.
And that's what we're going to call it for tonight.
Oh, shit!
Come on!
Bruh!
Really?
What?
It's not that late.
What is this?
This is where we're going to end for tonight.
I want to preserve my emotion. Can we keep going?
We're going to pick up next week. This is going to be like a 2-hour fight.
Okay.
So,
Just
pick
Oni.
up next week
It's cool.
with
I got
Oni
it.
somewhere else, and you all racing down a series of increasingly dark and twisted caverns trying to find him.
Great. Cool.
And we'll see what happens in the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us.
You now know the secret message.
We'll
You
see
do.
if
Shout outs to Beastly Muffin and Humbleberry J for sticking out with us this whole time.
Hey!
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. You guys are legendary.
Tell us what they said. Just kidding, don't do that.
You didn't
No,
use your
secret
legendary
stays.
No, I don't want to know. I like secrets and surprises. I really don't want to know.
We'll be back next Friday, same time, same place, to see whether our legends live or whether our legends die.
Well, shit.